Hello everyone, welcome to What If Issei Lost All Powers Was Betrayed and Became Sun-Breathing Demon Slayer Movie 1. Before we start, please go support Songdeku1234 for writing that awesome fanfic. This is the translated version I made. There will be some mistake in character's gender, but of course Issei is a male. Issei, after the arduous fight that took place against the Trixeza, a year passed where he formalized his relationship with his entire harem, and in the process he found out that he was going to have children at an early age, but for a supernatural being that is nothing, having an almost immortal life, but tragedy came to him, and he was banished from the supernatural, taking everything away from him and leaving him as a human. In addition to the fact that his parents no longer wanted to see him and be in the Hiro world, they only had nothing to do, but one person would motivate him to continue. The inferior of the most powerful breath. After the war ended, a time of peace began to be created where the factions began to rebuild, and Issei was named the savior of the supernatural world and then formalized his relationship with his harem made up of Rias, Akeno, Asia, Kaneko, Irina, Zenobia, Kuroka, Yasaka, Seraphil, Gabriel, Penemu, Roswise, Ravel, Irving, Emineld, Leify and Tiamat. They did not want to wait, and some had their first time and others did not, but the important thing is that they got pregnant by magic the first time, which was celebrated. Everything was peace and joy. But something was going to test the facts, and that is that someone from Rias' childhood returned to spread a recording where Issei was plotting a coup d'état with Ryzen from the shadows. This disconcerted Issei, who said he was innocent. After that, everyone claimed him with tears in their eyes for his betrayal. His women told him that they hated him and that he would never see his children, and then tied Issei with magic suppression chains, and Drake felt disappointed in that Circe approach to give him a strong blow, and then tell him that his powers would be taken away from him. And Drake, Ophis and Big Red in human version, had his cells removed to make him human in a painful procedure. Finally, his parents hated them and told him that they never wanted to see him, and for them he was dead, taking away any relationship with them, and then in a magic circle sending him to the human world in a forest with serious injuries. Already in the human world he was lying on a tree, with lifeless eyes and tears in his eyes. Issei, why did they do this to me? I didn't do anything wrong. I just wanted to spend a quiet life with my loved ones. But then he sees a light from a campfire and gets up to see a couple who were watching the moon. Issei, excuse me, can you help me? The couple then becomes frightened and sees a teenage boy with serious injuries and almost collapsing. Sir, are you okay, boy? Madam, dear, we have to take him to the hospital. He is very serious. Sir, yes, we have to put it in the truck. They did so and quickly took him to the hospital. Once there, the emergency services received him to give him immediate medical attention. After a moment, the doctor went to the waiting room where the couple was to receive news. Doctor, you are the boy's parents. Sir, no, but we brought him because we found him in the woods with those wounds asking for help. But tell me how he is. Doctor, very serious. He needs a blood transfusion. He lost a lot of blood. We need a donor because we don't have blood of his type in the hospital. Sir, and what type is your blood? The doctor tells him his type, which coincidentally was the gentleman's. Sir, I will donate, it is the same as mine. Lady, but dear, we don't know him. Sir, it doesn't matter, you know how I am, I like to help others. Lady, it's okay. Doctor, I just need your information and what your name is. Mr. Tetsuo Kamadu. And so Mr. Kamadu donated his blood to Issei, who began to stabilize him as soon as they gave him the blood, which was enough to leave Mr. Kamadu nauseous and sick, but they saved him. Already in the hospital room, Issei was lying down sleeping, but in his subconscious he was dreaming about the ugly words of those he considered a family, and everything around him began to go black, where he was hugging his legs, sitting and crying his eyes out, saying that he did nothing, but in that loneliness a small flame began to appear in front of him, and a voice was heard saying, "Do not be sad, raise your head." This left Issei confused, but he put his hands to the small flame and took it, and then began to open his eyes, where it is said that he was in the hospital, where he saw a nurse ordering things, and she notices that Issei woke up and quickly called the doctor, who began to take vital signs. and checkups of Issei, and after a while left the Kamadu gentleman, and who came worried, and Mr. Kamadu brought a bag with supplements to replenish the blood he lost. Lady, how are you? Issei, well, thank you for saving me. I don't know what would have happened if you weren't there, and what happened to you, sir. Tetsuo, I had to donate a lot of blood to you in order to save you, and they gave me food supplements to replenish and generate blood. Issei, I don't know how to repay you for what you've done for me, but I hope you wait because I have nothing. Tetsuo, I didn't do it with my heart, but since you have nothing and your parents, you're too young to be alone. Issei, my parents kicked me out of the house due to a misunderstanding from someone I didn't know, and I ended up facing bullies and then getting badly injured hiding the supernatural. Tetsuo, life treated you very badly. Issei, if I don't know what to do, my life is a mess, I have nothing, I'm going to die alone and I don't want to. Starting to cry. At that point the Kamadu gentleman looked sadly at the Issei, who was devastated, but that's when Mrs. spoke. Mrs. Issei, wouldn't you like to be our son? At that Issei turns to look at her. Issei, but it would be a hindrance, especially if he has a child or children. Mrs. Don't worry about it, the truth is that my husband and I were diagnosed as sterile 2 years ago, we can never have children again and we spend our lives together. But I don't know if it's fate, but you came into our lives, and the truth is that when I heard your story it touched my heart, and tell me, do you accept? Issei saw a ray of hope and began to cry and nod yes. Mrs. How happy I am to finally have a child. My name is Hannah, but from today on you can call me Mom. Tetsuo, now my dad, welcome to the Kamadu family. Issei, thank you very much. And so Issei was able to rest peacefully, and so the days passed where Issei began to recover until he was discharged. The most curious thing is that his head began to turn crimson red at the tips, but one more like fire like Tetsuo, and then asked for a study of why that was happening, if it was a disease, and after a DNA study they confirmed that the blood supplied by Tetsuo began to alter Issei's DNA, beginning to combine, causing Issei's hair to change color, and the doctor pointed out that in a few years his hair, and another part of his body like his eyes, would begin to change, and he told him that these cases have already happened all over the world, but they are rare, it is nothing fatal for Issei, only that Issei's genetic alteration was going to change, it is as if he were Tetsu's son. After a few days Issei was discharged, where the Kamadu went to a house on top of a mountain that was already inhabited but with simple and beautiful houses with all the services. Tetsuo, we have arrived, this is our home. They get out of the van and Issei sees that it is very pretty. Tetsuo, you like it, it's a heritage that has been around for over 600 years, it has been changing as the generations go by, and it's very welcoming, it gives off an aura of peace and kindness. But let's go in. Upon entering, Issei sees many old memories, but what caught his attention the most was a samurai katana and a Hanafuda earring with the sun symbol. Issei, wow, they are very pretty. Tetsuo, you like this katana, and these earrings are from the Sengoku period and are well built and remain in perfect condition, they just need maintenance. Issei, and you occupy them. Tetsuo, usually just the earrings, because my family has a tradition of doing a kagura dance that is done every winter, but I thought it was going to get lost because I wouldn't have descendants or someone to pass it on to, and I was going to lose that eternal promise, but you came into our lives and I hope to teach it to you in the future. Issei, it would be an honor to continue that tradition. Hannah dear, the papers have arrived. Tetsuo, they're here, how exciting. Issei, what are they about? Hannah, it's about the fact that you already have the surname Kamadu in the records, and therefore when we are no longer here you will have this house and you will come. Issei, I don't deserve this much. Tetsuo, don't worry, you are our son now and we want to give you everything. Besides, you are a kind and responsible boy. I know you will be on the right path. Issei, thanks for everything. Hannah, I also made the arrangements so that you can continue your studies so that you can perform better in society, and don't worry, you will go to a high school near here. Issei, thank you parents. They began to shed tears and go to hug him while a crowd watched them from the window. But he flew away, and while he passed before he reached a very quiet farm far from society, and lands in front of a person who was with his wife and children. What news do you bring me? Raven, the Kamadu has a new heir. This made the man startle and become happy. Dear, the stars aligned after the death of the strongest demon. Another appeared that disturbs the peace for humanity, and more powerful. We only needed a new heir. We weren't supposed to leave the Kamadu alone. We have protected them and watched over their safety in the shadows, but the new heir of the most powerful breath has appeared. The solar breath. What Issei awaited was that destiny led him to a divine power that would be seen again to save humanity. While it would happen with the supernatural. The new pillar of the sun. More than 2 years had passed where Issei was very happy and at peace. He no longer had to deal with the supernatural. He just lived the life of an ordinary boy. In that period of time, Issei was taught by his parents about the customs and traditions of the Kamadu family, such as going to visit the grave of his ancestors that were a few meters from the house in a forest that was with a flower tree, and the graves underneath, and around some flowers. This was because his parents gave maintenance to the place, but what caught the most attention was that each grave had the symbol of the sun, and that 2 graves were missing that belonged to Tanjiro Kamadu and Kaneo Kamadu, who asked him why they were not there, and he answered that they did not know why. According to his grandfather and father, their bodies are not here, only mention is made of them, but their children were. After finishing cleaning and giving thanks to his ancestors, Issei was also instructed in his family's dance, which consisted of 12 postures with a particular breathing pattern to be repeated constantly. Where his father showed him the steps and their names, this was done with breathing, dancing all night until dawn. After seeing Issei the dance that his father showed him all night, he marveled at such a beautiful waltz. It was as if he saw his father united with nature. After some time, Issei was practicing these steps with his father while his mother watched them with great happiness, and Issei managed to learn it in a period of a month, and then put him to do the dance as his father's successor. And so it was that Issei one night in winter prepared everything outside his house with lit torches, forming a circle to put on his costume, which is also his family tradition, to start dancing until dawn. This was seen by his parents. It should be noted that Issei's hair had changed to a crimson red hue, but more like fire in its entirety. The sun was rising, but Issei already looked tired. Hana, apparently Issei is tired. Tesso, it's normal. You're not used to being in that state of concentration and breathing. But with dedication you can dance for much longer without having side effects due to fatigue. And after he said that, Issei fell unconscious. It was too much stress for his body. And after a while he woke up on one of the seats in the room. Hana, how do you feel? Issei, well, that dance is very stressful for the body. Hana, it's normal for you to feel that way. It's the first time you've done it in that climate, and for a long time. Issei and Dad. Hana, she's at the business helping out because one of our bakers got sick. Issei, I can go. Hana, sure, let's go. Arriving at the business where Issei's father sees him. Tetsuo, wow, you're awake, son. I see that the dance has affected you. It's normal that you need a lot of time to master it, but it's not bad for your first time. Issei, yes, Dad, but I will keep repeating it until I do it all night until dawn. Tetsuo, that's how you talk and you're here to help me. Issei, sure. Tetsuo, well, let me explain. We make artisan breads made with charcoal and firewood. That's our touch because that's how we honor our ancestors who worked with charcoal. But these days, there are already heaters for the winter and very few people use charcoal. So, this business came to mind and it turned out to be a success. We already have 2 branches in Kyoto and Tokyo, but this is the main one. It's not as big as the others because of the type of city, but we're modernizing it. Issei, it's surprising, Dad, how much I help. Tetsuo, welcome, I'll teach you how to make bread. And so Issei began to make bread in addition to going to school to finish his high school studies and finish the dance of the god of fire. It had already been 7 long years where Issei had already graduated from university in marketing to further promote his family business. Issei was already 25 years old, and his handling of the dance of the god of fire was outstanding, but something happened on his forehead. A crimson red mark appeared on his forehead. This worried his parents, and they went to the doctor, but he told them that Issei was perfectly fine, so his mother put makeup on that part so that people wouldn't be asking about that mark all the time. As winter approached, Issei and his parents were spending Christmas very happily. But then the light went out due to an intense gust of wind that worried the Kamadu, where Issei said he was going to go out to check while his parents were lighting candles. Issei went out with a thick jacket for the cold but saw that the problem was further down the mountain, so he went down and saw that many people were gathered because a light pole fell and caused havoc, so Issei stayed to help and wait for the people in charge of the light to arrive to fix the problem and left when they arrived to return with his parents. But when he went up he felt a pressure in his chest and quickened his pace to get there, and what he saw was a large hole in the house and he became alarmed, and when he entered he saw something horrible being that had horns, and a humanoid figure had his father grabbed by the neck and with one hand crossing his solar plexus, and his mother on the floor with wounds bleeding. The being noticed Issei. "But look, we have another dirty human here." "Tetsuo, they are run." Issei. "He doesn't leave Dad alone." "And what will a weak human do against a demon?" Issei, hearing demon, thought it was a banished demon, but this one was different from the ones he killed as a demon, and they were not like that, but he did not think more and grabbed an axe that was there by chance and attacked the demon that released Tetsuo and moved quickly to hit Issei in the ribs that he felt break from tremendous force, but he recovered. "Demon, wow, look what we have here. You withstood a blow, and without losing your life, a normal human would have already died. But enough of games, I'll eat your parents, and you in the end." Issei, "Leave them alone." With anger. Getting up and attacking the demon with an anger that made the demon feel chills. Issei would attack with several attacks that the demon began to dodge with a little difficulty, because with each step that Issei fought, he improved. "Demon, damn human, I'm tired of you." Blood needle technique of death. He created needles with his own blood to kill Issei, hitting the target where Issei knelt but began to fall collapsed. And the demon laughed at what he gave to Issei. "Demon, stupid human, you thought you could defeat me, but you're finished, and since you caused me so many problems I will kill your parents first, slowly and painfully in front of your eyes." Approaching his parents while Issei watched this with fear and tears. Issei, "No, please, if only I had the strength I had before I could defeat him, but I no longer belong to that world. Dad, Mom, I need to stop." Feeling great pain, the demon approached his father, who was bleeding to death. Issei, in his mind, "No, no, no, please someone help me, please." A few minutes later, in a location far from civilization, a crowd begins to call out in alarm. "Crow, the Kamadu family is being attacked by a demon." "Boss, it can't be, we need to send a hunter immediately." "Sophia, who is going to take down this shell from the Kamadu house?" "Sophia, the pillar of flame Hikaru Rengoku and also the pillar of water Yasuhiro Tomioka." "Boss, tell them to head to the location, it's an urgent matter." At that the curve moved at great speed to notify. A few minutes later the pillars are notified and move at high speed to arrive. In the present, Issei saw how his father was lifted by the neck. "Issei, Dad, don't, please someone help him." At that moment someone arrived with extreme speed. It was the pillar of flame that arrived first, approaching where he was carrying out his mission. And with a swift movement, imperceptible to the human eye, he cuts off the demon's head with a tone of flames. And he takes Tanjiro's father in his arms. "Demon, what happened?" But he realized that his head was cut off and he saw the pillar. "A cursed pill will kill you." "Hikaru, no need, you're decapitated, so die." At that point the demon begins to turn into ashes and disappear. And the water pillar arrives. Yasuhiro, Hikaru. "Hikaru, I didn't arrive on time." Issei, father, mother. Standing with difficulty, and Hikaru and Yasuhiro leave Issei's parents together. "Hana, honey." With pain in her lower back. Yasuhiro, "Madam, be careful." "Tetsuo, Hana, forgive me, I won't be able to accompany you to the end." "Hana, no, please, you promised me that we would be together and more than we have." Issei. "Tetsuo, yes, but I don't have much time left." Coughing up blood. Issei, "Dad, please don't leave us." "Tetsuo, I'm sorry son, but I can't take it anymore. I can't feel my body anymore and my vision is starting to blur. But do me please take care of your mother, and one more thing. Thank you for being our son. please keep my earrings and pass them on to the next generations along with the dance. Issei, yes, Dad. Crying. Tetsuo, I love you. Starting to close his eyes. Hana, honey, no please. Issei, I promise you. At that his mother faints. Mom, no, you don't, please. Yasuhiro, she fainted from her husband's injuries and death. Issei, tell me what that being was. Hikaru, he was a demon who dies with the rays of the sun or Nichiren swords. Issei, what are you guys because a human can't move at that speed? Hikaru, we are demon hunters, we have been killing them since ancient times, when the progenitor was Muzan, but he was defeated in the Taisho era and it was thought that there would be no more demons, but we were wrong. There remained a demon that began to strengthen over the centuries and is more powerful than Muzan. Yasuhiro, he began to create demons much stronger than the previous ones and the Demon Hunter Corps had to summarize their functions. At that a crowd speaks. Crow, take Issei Kamadu and Hana Kamadu to the Hunter's headquarters for treatment. Hikaru, okay Issei, we'll take you and your mom for treatment. Issei, just let me do things please. Yasuhiro, let me put some bandages on you that will help you walk a little. Issei asked for a favor to be taken to a place with the pillars to bury his father. They accepted but without first taking the Hanafuda earrings along with the katana and a box. Issei buried his father where the Kamadu are. Issei, father, I swear to protect my mother and the people who do not go through this again. See you later, Dad. The pillars carried Issei and his mother to take them to the headquarters. After a while they arrived where some people contracted coffee and their faces were covered and they received them, and then they took Issei's mother to buck her right away. While Issei was taken to a room where there was a person with black hair that reached men and lilac eyes with peace. Patron, Issei Kamadu, we were waiting for you, but first of all, my condolences. Issei, thanks, but who are you? Patron, I am the leader of the demon hunters and I know that we could not arrive on time. Our hunters were on missions, a big apology. Issei, you don't have to bow your head, but thank you for saving my mom and I, who no longer had any hope. Patron, there is no one left. For centuries we swore to protect the Kamadu, but unfortunately circumstances prevented us from saving everyone. Issei, like protecting ourselves. Patron, Issei, your family holds great power in their genes. Many generations before you, for centuries, your family holds the breath that created what we are now to fight the demons, the first breath, the solar breath. And those earrings with that sword belong to the only two users who used the solar breath in all its splendor. And the reason I brought you here is so that the solar breath flies to help protect humans. So Issei, my proposal is, would you like to be a demon hunter? Issei, but I don't know if I can do it. Patron, Issei, I know you are capable despite not being Tetsu's biological son. At the time of giving you his blood he passed those genes to you. Why do you think you have your hair like that and the mark on your forehead? Besides, I know that you belong to the supernatural like the Sekiryutai. Issei's eyes widened. Issei, how does he know about the supernatural? Patron, our information network is very large. We have spies all over the world infiltrated in different rubles, in addition to the fact that my hunters have had contact with them, but we have never had much contact. Our objective is the demons and not the deserted ones, but much stronger demons, and that do not die no matter how many you disintegrate or destroy them. They regenerate, only the sun and the Nichiren swords kill them. These eat humans to become stronger or to have more blood of the demon that created them. So Issei, you want to join us and your mother, and you will be protected and have everything to move forward. And don't worry, we won't betray you. Our code since the Hunters were founded has always been not to betray a partner without exhaustive proof and testimony. So you say. Issei, it's okay, besides I have nothing to lose, I have to move forward and fulfill the promises I made to my father. Pattern, welcome to the Issei Kamadu Demon Slayers. What will happen to Issei and his fight against the demons? And what will become of the supernatural without Issei? The years passed and new friends. After Issei accepted his role as a demon hunter, he began to train his body with inhuman training, enduring the weight of the falling waterfall, carrying too many logs on his shoulders with squats and in the fire. In addition to moving a large rock of tons of weight throughout a small town, and it increased in size each time, where Issei ended up almost dead and his mark grew. Also seeing the state of health of her mother, and that she could not walk again because the devil destroyed some vertebrae of her spine, this caused her to lose the ability to walk and therefore use a wheelchair in addition to her legs becoming too thin from not exercising again. This was attended at the new Mariposa Gypsy Farm, where the medical center for demon hunters was located. After this terrible news, his mother became very discouraged, but she continued on for her son, helping in whatever way she could at the Mariposa farm. After a while, Issei already had the strength of a pillar due to his lineage, but he still needed to master breathing and a combat style, as well as knowing how to use a sword. At that point he was summoned by the boss to take him to a place where his family's greatest legacy was kept, and only if the new leader of the Kamadu wanted it could he access those documents, but the boss also told him to take his earrings and sword with him so that he would know about his family's history. Issei accepted and took his mother with him because she was an important part of the Kamadu family. After a walk they arrived at a cemetery. Issei, a pantheon because here. Patron, Issei, have you ever wondered why the base near your house do not include the base of Tanjiro, Kaneo, and Nezuko? Issei, yes, I remember, but don't tell me they were hunters. Patron, yes, Issei, their tombs and corpses reside here since the Taisho era. They were the ones who helped in the battle against the first demon Muzan Kabutsui, and thanks to them the war was won, thinking that the demons would perish, but as you see it could not be, and in that period of time my family has been saving food since then, where a ritual was done with dances where the airs of each breath recreated the postures of each one in a dance to pay tribute to those who used them. But it is when in this time they will return to help us fight the demons. Look, we arrived. Issei sees a beautiful landscape where many tombs were, and these had the emblems of elements and others, but on a small mountain there was a small altar and 4 tombs where they desired. Here lie the users of the mother breath, the solar breath, and with an emblem of the sun as their wives. On the tombs they said the names of Yorichi Tsujikuni and Yudit Tsujikuni as Tanjiro Kamadu and Kaneo Kamadu. This made Issei feel something very deep, as if he was being called, and the patron told him to unsheath his sword. Issei listened and took it out, and Issei took it with both hands to see that it was beginning to change like a black obsidian. Hana, what did you just do? Are you? Issei, don't lose it. Pattern. Issei, that sword was carried by the users of the solar breath and is made with a material called Nichiren that changes color depending on the bearer, and you being part of the Kamadu, your affinity is solar. Now the greatest secret I keep belongs to you, darling, to give the little box to Issei. Patron, here you have young Issei. Handing him a small box. When he opens it he sees a key. Patra, there is a safe on the altar, open it. Issei does as he says, and when he opens it he sees several scrolls and documents with a letter. Issei opens the letter. Letter. Hello, my descendant, the fact that you are here is because the demons returned to plague the peace of humanity again. It makes me very happy that you have agreed to become a hunter, but also that something forced you to do, but do not let yourself be carried away by anger. Keep going forward and protect the people who truly value you as well as the demon extermination body. They are all like a family, so take care of them, and the question you will ask yourself is, what are these scrolls and documents? So here they already do all the secrets of the breaths as well as their enhancers, but what stands out the most is that here you will be able to know all the postures of the solar breath and how to fight, corrected and specified in detail. The dance that you have been doing is only a cover but effective to accustom your body to the solar breath. I did this with the intention that the true nature of the breath would fall into the wrong hands, but I hope it helps you on your journey, so take good care of yourself, and always with a smile and kindness. Sincerely, Tanjiro Kamadu. Issei sees the scroll that had a sign of a sun and sees that there were 9 postures. This left Issei surprised. Issei, look mom, this is what dad taught me. That dance really was. Hana saw the painted images and was moved that her husband had prepared their son for this. Hana, thank you dear for protecting us. We will take care of this legacy of your family with great care. While the father and his wife watched the moving scene. Patra, finally we will have a chance, darling, to recreate what our ancestors did, and since we have all the breathing styles on our side, as well as new ones. We will train them to become pillars and save humanity." His wife agreed. And so Issei began to practice the true solar breath with his katana in addition to the earrings that he asked his mother to put on him, making them perfect so he could do the postures where several things changed with the Hinakami Kagwara that his father taught him, such as the breath, the position of his hands and feet, in addition to the way of wielding the sword. He did this day and night to perfect the technique. Issei grew by leaps and bounds in his swordsmanship and breathing. This catapulted him to pillar in a matter of months, where he was named as a pillar of the sun by the boss, and then made himself known to the other pillars in a meeting that the boss had held. And that moment arrived at the main headquarters. The meeting of the most powerful hunters would take place, where many low-ranking hunters would be there to take care of and shelter the pillars in addition to the hidden ones. They were morbid that this new generation is the largest in number of pillars because all the breaths would be represented by a pillar. And so it was where the pillars were arriving like the main 5 breaths: flame, water, wind, rock and lightning. To then arrive the pillars of the derivations of these, but these were also powerful. Not for nothing they had the popular rank. And with the pillars gathered together, the boss speaks. "Patron, my son, thank you for coming. I have been waiting for this meeting for a long time, just as my ancestors had it. But on this occasion I have all the breaths that have been created by magnificent people, and seeing their successors gives me enormous happiness. Hikaru, no thanks to you we can honor the memory of our ancestors again." With a smile and energy that he exuded. Pattern, as lively as ever. Hikaru, flame pillar. "But anyway, I called you because we need as much strength as possible. The demons for a reason are more powerful than in previous times, so we need to have the 2 users of the most powerful breaths to fight this evil, and they have been secretly trained to be able to honor tremendous responsibilities, so you can go, my children." In that 2 men entered with marks on their faces and haoris characteristic of their breathing. In the case of Issei, he was wearing a haori with 2 colors, one was half crimson red and the other side had the green checkered patterns characteristic of the Kamadu, and the other subject had a purple haori with crescent moon-shaped patterns. "Boss, children, let me introduce them to you. They are Issei and Yasu, the pillars of the sun and the moon, so I hope they get along with them and support each other." All the pillars opened their eyes. This was too surprising. The users of the most powerful breaths had been gathered since the demon hunters were founded, but this surprised 2 pillars in particular. It was the pillar of flame and water when they saw Issei, who they had saved. At that, Yasu raises his hand. "Patron, Yasu, tell me, do you want to share something with us?" Yasu, "Yes, excuse me if I'm a little quiet, and you see that I have a face of few friends, but I hope we get along." "Same with you, Issei." "Issei, I still hope to train with you, and that goes for all of you. I would be happy to support you in any way I can." What awaits Issei as the new pillar of the sun, and the new fight that is coming with the demons, and more what happened to the supernatural, and the ex-partners and ex-children of our now redhead. Pillars men. Pillar of flame. Hikaru Rengoku. He resembles Kaoyuro because of his lineage. Water pillar. Yashiro Tomioka. Naoko Agatsuma, lightning pillar. Pillar of the wind. Hate Shinasugawa. Hiroki, rock pillar. Pillar of sound. Echo Yuzui. Pillar of mist. Ken. Mori Hashibara, beast pillar. Katashi, snake pillar. Kuda, sand pillar. Women pillars. Saori, flower pillar. Katsuki, insect pillar. Oyuki, ice pillar. Pillar of love. Nara. The problems of leaving a love, a father, and a friend. In the span of time, the children of the former pillar of the factions had been born, in addition to the ex-fiancées and future wives of Issei. After finding out about Issei's supposed deception, they began to formalize relationships with several boys from the alliance, such as Rias with Reiser, who accepted her, Akeno with Vala, who was very attracted to her, and Asia with Saji, in addition to the others. And what happens with Rio? He got a high-ranking position in the Alliance as advisor and chief of strategy, but it was all a facade to send data to the Chaos Brigade that did not give up, and that was collecting more people. But the most important thing was that in a laboratory, in a capsule, there was a body without some limbs and tubes connected to the body. This was Ryzen, who was being cured to defeat the Alliance again, being observed by one of his soldiers who remained as leader. But at that time the children that he once had as a supernatural being before being human again, because of them they did not inherit any human DNA trait from their father, instead of that their dragon DNA, and the race of their mothers prevailed, so biologically they are not children of the current Issei, and more that they no longer have a blood connection to their previous parents but to the Kamadu, so those children grew up until they were 16 years old, but they had siblings with the parents that their mothers married in the future, in addition to erase any information about Issei from the supernatural world that by then no one remembered him, only the leaders and senior officials of the Great Alliance that was generated with the Bud of Peace, and the children, now teenagers, were in the Core Academy as new members of the Occult Club and Student Council, but what they did not know is that they will know the truth of the one who gave them peace and brought them to the world with their mothers. At the main headquarters of the factions in the underworld, a meeting of the highest exponents of these is held. The topic is about the appearance of extremely powerful beings in the human world, in addition to simultaneous attacks on the facts. Sir Issei, thank you all for your presence, all the prominent leaders. We are here to discuss the simultaneous attacks on the factions that have left civilians and defenders dead and wounded. Zeus, no wonder, but this has to be the work of the Chaos Brigade. Everyone in the room tense. Miguel, I agree with Mr. Zeus. Many have shown up with a Chaos Brigade emblem, but the strangest thing is that they are attacking public places as if they wanted to distract us. Azazel, yes, but I don't understand his way of attacking, it's very strange. It should be noted that all the adult members of the DXD group and their children were there wearing the Kwa Academy uniform. Amaterasu, in addition to seeing that in Japan, they are also doing the same in our pantheon. Son Goku, in China the same thing is an attack on all factions simultaneously. Odin, and not to mention that they attack when we are distracted or during important events of each faction. We have to do something and investigate. Sir Issei, the other issue is that very strange beings have appeared in the human world with extraordinary power, in addition to having a regeneration that surpasses the phoenix. Amaterasu, you say strange beings. Sir Issei, that's what my nephew, the ex in charge of Qua's territory, told me. Eat closer. X, yes. This was a young man with a thin but muscular build and his characteristic face, honey-colored eyes and red hair, as well as having the Red Emperor's gauntlet. X, from what we saw, strange beings have appeared that are eating humans left and right at night. In addition, I faced one of them, but no matter how hard I tried, I didn't kill it. It regenerated in seconds and escaped. Amaterasu, this is dangerous. Those beings, as I remember, are demons but very different from you. These beings are Oriental while you are Western. They existed long before you were on Earth. They are extremely powerful, and their leader was Kabutsui Muzan, a demon who was to be feared, and we could not stop him. Azazel, you're saying that this demon is more powerful than a god. Amaterasu, yes, and he had equally powerful soldiers, but the strangest thing is that he disappeared from the face of the earth. Sir Issei, what do you mean, who killed him? Amaterasu, humans, more specifically a secret organization in the shadows that had humans with extraordinary abilities that rivaled any supernatural being, and they used a type of breathing. Odin, like humans and even more so with one breath. Amaterasu, yes, I have a video of when a human fought with these demons. This organization was called the Demon Extermination Corps or Demon Hunters. In that they saw how a hunter with a katana that shone yellow moved at an extraordinary speed, deploying rays and putting away his katana as if he had done nothing to the demon, but then they saw his head fall off because the hunter cut it off in the blink of an eye. Miguel, my God, but since we've been seeing humans, they couldn't do that, let alone move at those speeds. Amaterasu, I thought about that, but that's not even their full power, so they can move at higher speeds. Sir Issei, we need to know more about them, and see how we can make an alliance. Amaterasu, I don't think so. They hate beings that are not human because they have had examples of them feeling superior to them, and seeing them as simple ants. Sir Issei, well, with that we ended this meeting, but before stopping the room exploded, leaving many leaders injured. Sir Issei, Commander, who attacked? Commander, the Chaos Brigade managed to outnumber us. In the sky you could see silhouettes, these were Roy's. Sir Issei, Roy'll help us. Roy, ha ha ha, poor idiots thought I was going to help them. Rias, Royal, what are you doing? Why are you laughing like that? Rias thought I was trustworthy when they always had the enemy at home and they gave you all the freedom and more so that I slept with each one of you before you got married. Getting you drunk and drugging you was very exciting. Rias, but what did you do with my wife? What did you hear, chicken? And you know the most exciting thing about all this is that they took a very, very big weight from me. Issei, the former pillar of the factions and the father of those bastards, pointing to the group of children. But he's already dead and you killed him and all for believing in me, a stranger. The evidence that incriminated Issei is false. It was all a scene planned to get him out of the way and tell me what you're going to do now and more, you hitches. Everyone was in shock. They killed an innocent man, the one who gave everything to them. Many people shed tears and learned the truth after 16 long years, and he did not have a dignified death. Perhaps his body rotted somewhere. At that, a red armor, and behind it came out all the children of the former pillar of the factions. Nobody calls my mother a hitch. Oh, how scary. I stopped the sudden blow from my ex. You're not even half as strong as your father was. What are you saying? My father is Rias Phoenix. Poor foolish boy, your parents haven't told you the truth, and that goes for your brothers too, and they're not your cousins, they're your brothers. But let's leave this alone. I've come to tell you that our Lord Ryzen will return and you'll suffer the consequences of almost killing him, so goodbye. Thus disappearing the entire Chaos Brigade. Azazel, what have we done? What have we done? I killed my own student with these hands, someone who considered him a son. Miguel, it can't be my sister, she won't stand this. Sir, forgive me, Issei. Rias, it can't be, Issei killed him. Clutching her head. Rias and his daughter, who had a combination of red and blonde tips, trying to comfort her. Then he comes down and his armor disappears. Mother, tell me the truth. Who is this Issei and how am I his son? Answer me with tears in your eyes. Rias, son, please, your mother is going through something very hard. I don't care, you lied to me too, Dad. I want an answer from both of us, who I really love. Because I don't know who I am, my head is spinning. With tears. Mia, brother, it's okay. I don't want to be alone, starting to run and activating the armor to take flight. Rias' son, wait. Rias, former wait. Mia, what are we going to do, Dad? Rias, you take care of your mother, I'll go get your brother. Mia, yes. So chasing X. In another more specific place in the butterfly farm, a red-haired man with a fire-shaped mark was enjoying tea looking at a tree next to a woman who had a butterfly-shaped haori and 2 ornaments in her black hair. But he sneezes. Sorry, are you okay, Issei? Issei, yes, I felt that someone or many people were talking about me. Sorry, if you want, I can tell my sister to give you a medical checkup. Issei, it wasn't just a sneeze. Taking another sip of his tea. Sorry, good, what are we going to do after this? Issei, I can't go get bread from one of my stores. Sorry, yes, they are very tasty. I want one in the shape of a flower, they are my favorites. Issei, if we go, we'll stop by my mom's for dinner with a nice hot chocolate. Sorry, sounds great, let's go. Standing up and taking his katanas. As the conflict between the factions will be resolved and the fight with the demons will begin with more force, and here the pillars will come into action. Revealing the truth of the ancient pillar. We find ourselves in the Gremry mansion where all the children and their parents are, who are there because they would be told the truth about their biological father, in addition to Rias's parents, and the leaders of the biblical factions. Rias, thank you for being here, and well, you already know the fact of this meeting, which has as its purpose the truth about your biological father. Yes, please speak, Mom. Rias, behave. Rias, yes they are. Well, why Akeno, could you help me? Akeno, yes. Projecting the image of Issei at 16 years old. Karinai, who is the mother? Akeno, he is your biological father. We had them when he was 16 years old. We thought that age didn't matter, especially since they lived for a long time. Rias, his name is Issei, the former Drake wielder. He was the pillar of the factions. He was the support of what is today the Alliance in this time of peace because he made all the factions get along better in addition to the fact that he fought against the beast of the apocalypse. We had a commitment to him, but unfortunately we turned our backs on him with some false recordings that ended with us killing him and pulling him. Starting to shed tears, and all the adults too. Rias, her father, was a human who was reincarnated as a demon and then had the body of Great Red's flesh, thus being half demon and dragon. But after what happened, we took away Drake and his pawn pieces. With that he returned to be an ordinary human. She couldn't talk about the memories she had with Issei. Asia, I will continue. Unfortunately, his father died in the cruelest way, being denied by his parents and with wounds all over his body, and then being sent to the human world. After 16 years, we know the truth. We asked them to forgive us. We were fools. We deceived the purest person and even denied them the right to see him if he survived. Eri, I hate you, Mom. How could you be like that with my father? Deep down in my heart I knew I was different, that my dad Saji was not my dad. I didn't feel that connection with him. Despite my attempts I felt like I was missing something, and until now you tell me who my father is without knowing if he is alive or not. Asia, if I lose my daughter, forgive me. Eri, I don't want to. You denied me his existence for so many years, and the worst thing is that you told me your story, but the one who welcomed you and laid the foundations of what you are right now was him. Yes, Mom, he was a man who gave everything and more. Your father pushed him. Both of them went that way. That's why Roy told me that I wasn't even half as strong as my real father, and you too, Drake, kept quiet. Drake, I'm sorry for my mistake. Despite being inside Issei, I distrusted him. Karina, Mom, I can't forgive you for that lie. And so all of Issei's children reproached everyone except his brothers because they hid something very important from them. I refuse to think that he is dead. Knowing that he was a man who overcame everything, I will look for him, no matter how long it takes. I want to know about him and how he is. If he eats or sleeps well, I deserved everything. Sir Shay, I understand you, but you must calm down. We haven't heard from him for a long time. First, we must attend to the problems of the Chaos Brigade, and you can look for him. Shin, Mr. Miguel, I want to stay in the human world to look for my father. Miguel, you have my permission as well as your light, and I believe that you will not object. Gabriel, no. And so all of Issei's children were allowed to look for their father, and their siblings would accompany them despite not being his children, but they felt disappointed in their parents. In Kwa, 3 boys were arriving in the city because they were sent on a mission to eradicate a demon. Daiki, hey Kenji, it's probably the city. Kenji, yes. Masaru, it's an extraordinary city. I have to find something to eat and also put on my mask. Kenji, don't even think about Masaru, they would see us strangely. Masaru, it's okay. They carried backpacks but also cases where they carried their Nichiren katanas, so that the police wouldn't stop them. Kenji, we will spend some time in this city until nightfall and then hunt the demon. If we encounter the Western demons, do not attack them. They are the responsibility of the Supernatural Alliance. Daiki, understood. Masaru, I wanted to kill one of them but I'm already hungry. Kenji, okay, let's eat but without making a scene. And so our trio of forest hunters went to eat where there was a very nice and where they enjoyed their food to pass the time and prepare for the night. In another case, after discussing Issei's affairs in the underworld, the children returned to the human world because they could not leave their duties as students and also take care of their territory. Night had already come and gone, and the 3 hunters put on their hunting clothes, modern but tighter-fitting suits. This is their new outfit with the colors of their breathing, but only the pillars wear the distinctive Haori out of tradition and respect for the ancient brides. Kenji had a blue, water-breathing suit. Yellow Daiki. Lightning breath. Masaru, indigo blue. Beast's breath. Kenji, we look like the trio formed by Mr. Tanjiro, Zenitsu and Inosuke. Daiki, only you can't use solar breathing, hehe. Kenji, but you didn't have to be so harsh. Head down. Masaru, haha, I already missed my wild-born mask. Daiki, I asked myself, is that thing comfortable? Masaru, of course you don't offend a distinctive of my breath. Giving him a headbutt and then blowing air out of his boar nose. Kenji, the good thing is that it is synthetic, so bringing a natural one would be scary. Masaru, only the boss has the privilege of wearing the original. With great pride. Kenji, haha, well let's get to work, that's what we came for. Daiki and Masaru agreed, and so they set out to search for the demon. In the forest, the council members and Hidden detected several demons that were gathered and headed to the place with teleportation. Upon arriving, they were surprised to find that there were many corpses of renegade demons on the path that led them to go deeper into the place. What's going on here? Kurenai, I don't know, but we mustn't let our guard down. Kurabara, I detect something very powerful ahead, we have to be very careful. Everyone prepared in case there was an unexpected attack. And everyone was horrified to see the dismembered corpses of demons and humans in the area, and in the distance was an enormous creature that had a renegade demon down the throat. Renegade, please don't kill me. Demon, you dared to interrupt my meal with your lackeys. All the Western demons are so weak and I aspire to enter the 12 moons, but the distance between them and me is too great. That's why I'm eating more humans so I can be recognized by my Lord Kin. So die. Smashing his head. At that point the demon notices the presence of the entourage. Demon, but look, we have high-class Western demons here. They will be of great help to me when I devour them. Why did you kill innocent people, tell me? Demon, those humans because they are tasty and I'm going to go for more, but I will eat you and those girls, since they are women. They give more vitality. Licking his lips. This made all the girls scared. Shin, I won't let you touch a hair on my sisters' heads. Demon, but look, an angel won the lottery for me. Kurenai, everyone get ready and Zenkichi will prepare your entourage. Zenkichi, yes? Ranged attackers prepare and launch magical attacks. Hitting the target, it raised a lot of smoke. But when it dispersed, the demon remained the same. Helmwige, we didn't do anything to him. Demon, haha, they ticked me, but I won't be left behind either. Shadow blood technique. Thus creating shadows that seem to the young people to be attacking them. Kurenai, everyone fighting pose. So some took out their weapons to defend themselves and thus began to fight against the shadows that made the same movements as the young people in them. No matter how much they increased their power, they could not beat them. They were mapped or destroyed, but they continued to regenerate. Robertina, I can't hold out much, my magic reserves are running out. Alex, sister, hold on. We are fighting against ourselves, no matter how much we raise our power. I don't think we can hold on for long. Mia, brother, I don't think I'll last long. She gets distracted and the shadow cuts her arm. She screams in pain because she begins to be poisoned. Maya. Going with her, pushing the shadow away to attack Mia's shadow. Mia, you're fine. Mia, my arm doesn't hurt much. Sees and where the wound was, it was purple. Drake, is poisoned, we have to treat her quickly. But we're having a bad time here. Drake, we need to put an end to Haze Demon, but your balance breaker won't last long. You already have it complete, but it will take a lot of effort. I have to save my brothers and childhood friends. In that he sees that his brothers are having a hard time and Robertina is also harmed. Damn, I'll kill you. Demon, if you can, come for me. Drake, give me all the power I can handle. Drake, remember that after that you will end up very badly. I don't like everything because of my brothers and friends. Thus listening to several boosts, and then having the armor emanating a lot of power. I will kill you here and now rush towards the demon at full speed. Demon, that's come here. Take this bastard. Dragon shot. The attack completely blows off a part of the demon's body. But it begins to regenerate. What the hell, he has a regeneration that surpasses my dad's family. Demon, good attack little one, but not enough. So how about this? Punching him at high speed, destroying his body. But the demon regenerated. Demon, Don't you understand? Your attacks don't hurt me, you just get tired, haha. X, I will find a way to finish you. Demon, I don't think so, you fell into my trap. A shadow was created from the ground that came out like a stake that managed to penetrate X through the solar plexus, causing X to spit out blood. Kurinai EX. Mia, brother. Drag X, hold on. He falls to the ground with a lot of blood coming out of the wound. Mordred, we have to help him. Zen, but since we are busy and we are running out of magic. It just can't be. Mia, brother, please someone help us. Demon, there is no one, I will eat them all so they die. Doing the stake technique with his shadows Asia the entourages. But then a voice is heard. Lightning breath first dance lightning flash 6 times. In the blink of an eye the stakes are destroyed. And then hear another voice. Breathing of water third posture dance of the currents. The shadows were destroyed by water ripples at a rapid speed. Demon, damn hunters, what are you doing here? Masaru, we came to finish you off. Breath of the beast first fang pierced and extracted. Pounced with his 2 swords at the neck. But the demon barely managed to dodge. Damn, I missed. Kenji, they're okay. The entourage agreed. Masaru brings the wounded man to treat him. Masaru, okay. Taking X and bringing him with the others. Mia, brother, please hold on. Kenji, please put pressure on the wound. Daiki, we finally found you, you wretch, you will pay for the innocent lives. Demon, I don't think so, you will die here. Kenji, you already know how to fight with our crowds, they told us. Daiki, then we have to help them immediately. Masaru, yes, here we go. Breath of the beast second fang tear and break. Forming 2 huge blades in the shape of an Daiki, lightning breathing first stance. Starting to see rays coming out of his body and the ground cracking. Lightning flashes 6 times. Coming out at an enormous speed with movement in succession 6 times at the same speed. The 2 destroyed the shadows. Demon, how can they be so powerful? Daiki, it's not that we are, but we already know how to attack you and you don't know how to copy our breaths. Demon, damn, I won't die but you will. Kenji, get ready. Where the demon launched attacks on the hunters and they defended themselves by destroying their shadows. Kurinai, wow, they are amazing. But they felt a lot of pressure there. Demon, damn, I have to escape, but then he felt a presence and was happy. Daiki, what is this presence? While in magical circles the DXD group came out to see their children. Rias, daughter, how is your brother? Mia, bad mom, her stomach is crossed and she is losing a lot of blood. Rei's son, hold on. But everyone sensed the presence and was on guard. Eren, you are an incompetent Yuri, you couldn't kill some simple hunters. Yuri, I'm sorry, sir. In the shadows an individual appeared who, when seen in one of his eyes, said 6 waning. Kenji, Daiki Masaru, this guy is too powerful for us to be careful. 6 me, I think we have visitors but for the moment we are leaving. Vala, who are you? 6 me, oh look, nothing more supernatural beings, nice to meet you, I am the 6 waning moon Kai, I would like to face them but not for now because we have a better visit and I am not prepared to face it. So goodbye, retreating but taking the demon by the head. Then a person arrived at very high speed that not even the supernatural beings saw. It was a man wearing a demon hunter's outfit but with a yellow haori with triangles. Daiki, brother. Naoko, I arrived on time. I was informed that the moon was waning in this city, but I didn't think they would appear after so long. It seems that they are moving. You guys are okay. Kenji, yes, thank you, Mr. Naoko. Rias, who are you and what was that? Naoko, my manners, I am Naoko Agatsuma, lightning pillar of the Demon Slayer Corps. What happens to the supernatural beings when they meet one of the most powerful hunters, the lightning pillar? The lightning pillar and the demon hunters. In front of the supernatural beings was a hunter of an age comparable to adults, but not just any hunter but a pillar, and this was the pillar of lightning, one of the strongest humans with superhuman speed, and they asked him who he was, and he gave them the name of Naoko Agatsuma. Naoko, okay guys, what happened here? Kenji, Mr. Naoko, we saved these chacos that were fighting against them. Apparently they are high-class supernatural beings, and they also ended up very injured by a demon that was almost at the level of the lower moon. Naoko, very well, they did a great job. But then a young girl complains of pain and starts crying. It was mine who was suffering the consequences of the demon's poison, and on the floor her ex-brother had a hole, but it was also poisoned. At that point, Rias and Rias run to help them. Rias, daughter, please hold on, I'll give you a phoenix tear. Mia, it hurts so much, Mom. Crying. But the wound was healed, but the poison was not. Rias, because it doesn't heal. Rias, son, how do you feel? X was half conscious after being given phoenix tear but started to squirm. X, my stomach hurts a lot. Rias, Asia, help me remove the poison, please. Asia, yes. She put her hands out to use magic, but it didn't do anything. My magic isn't doing anything, and I've improved a lot all these years. And so they tried many things, but it had no effect. In fact, it caused it to spread more, and the young people suffered a lot. Rias, daughter, please hold on, I found the solution to this. Then a man approached. Naoko, excuse me. All the supernaturals are on guard. Wait, I'm not your enemy, but I'm not your friend either. I'm just telling you that using magic will never cure this poison. Reiser, what do you know, human? My daughter is in danger. Naoko, the poison that her children have is blood-based. It enters their bloodstream, and there are two possibilities for curing them. One would be killing the demon that poisoned them, and the other is with a special medicine. Rias, where can we find that demon to kill it? Naoko, I would recommend that you don't do it, because you used magic to speed up the spread of the poison, and while you search for it, you wouldn't have time. Rias, so how would we get the medicine? Naoko, the Demon Slayer Corps has a specialized unit, and I have a pillar partner who is a poison specialist, and is also the head doctor. But there is a problem, and that is that you and I have no relationship, and we are not going to do anything unless the boss gives the go-ahead. Rias, please save my children, they are my light. Daiki, brother, we can't do anything. Naoko, unfortunately no, those are the rules. Reiser, look at your human. Taking him by his shirt. Naoko, I ask you to let me go. Reiser, I order you to take me to your doctor to cure my children. Naoko, no, I don't answer, demon. Grabbing his hand and squeezing it. Reiser in his mind. What a force. Valley, Reiser, calm down, we don't want to get into trouble. But then they felt the air begin to vibrate and sparks could be seen. Saji, what is this pressure? In that you see some magic circles with the leaders coming out. Serche, what is happening here and what is this pressure? Rias, brother, my children are poisoned. Reiser, please calm down with tears. Serche, Reiser, calm down. Reiser, calm down. I apologize for my brother-in-law's behavior. My name is Serche, one of the mouths of the underworld. Who are you? Naoko, you're welcome. It's normal for a father to act like this for his children, but well, my name is Naoko, Lightning Pillar. Yasaka, you said catch. Naoko, yes. Azazel, hunters weren't supposed to have disappeared since the Taicho era. Naoko, you are very informed and I am a hunter. Yasaka, I have heard that the pillars are the pinnacle of the hunters and that their power is very great. Miguel, Mr. Naoko, we can talk to your boss to try to get our young people treated and checked. Naoko, I'm sorry. But before I could speak, a crow spoke. Crow, the boss wants a meeting with the leaders and take the young people for healing and the lightning pillar to take the leaders to the main headquarters. Naoko, okay, there's the answer, guys, please take the injured to the Mariposa farm. Kenji, yes, let's go, guys. Ma'am, can I carry your daughter? He says to Rias. Rias, I'll leave it to you, please. Kenji, mine is your name. Mia, yes. Kenji, I'm going to carry you on my back. He helps him carry her on his back, while Masaru and Daiki carry X for being more delicate. Kenji, we retreated. So running through the forest. Naoko, come with me, we'll see the boss. Issei, and my nephews. Naoko, they will be taken to the Mariposa farm for treatment. The other young people will also go. Then the Kakushin arrive. Kakushin, Sir Naoko, we have arrived. Naoko, please take these young people to the butterfly farm. Kenji, Daiki, and Masaru went ahead. Kakushin, okay. Young people, please join us. And so they left. Naoko, let's go. Thus following the pillar. Vala, how can a human move at that speed? Saji, it's not for nothing that they call it the Pillar of Lightning. After a while they arrived at the main headquarters, which surprised them because it was far from civilization, and when they arrived they saw a beautiful landscape and were welcomed by two beautiful maids. Maid, welcome Sir Naoko. Naoko, please attend to our guests. Then a woman with snow-white hair and blue eyes arrives, with a stunning body that makes the women of the factions look ridiculous, as does her characteristic demon hunter outfit and her white haori with ice flakes. Saji, wow. Asia pouts. Miguel, Mr. Naoko, who is she? Naoko, oh, let me introduce her, she is Oyuki, Pillar of Ice, and my wife. Oyuki, good morning supernatural beings, the boss has arrived. Naoko, and the other pillars. Oyuki, they will arrive in a few minutes, only the two of them will not be there. Naoko, why? Oyuki, they found clues to her whereabouts. Naoko, we must be vigilant. In a very fine room were the pillars of lightning and ice escorting the boss who had the leaders in front of him. Pattern, welcome leaders to the Demon Hunters headquarters. Issei, our pleasure comes first, thank you for taking care of my nephews. Patron, it's nothing, we're just doing the right thing. I've been watching your every move over time, in addition to having information on each of you from my ancestors. But the important thing is that over time we have not had a conversation despite us knowing of their existence, and more so since they are already involved with the demons. I only tell them to be careful when facing them. Miguel, I've heard that they have very powerful humans. Boss, that's true, and in front of you are some of the strongest. Azazel, like some. Patron, yes, they are pills, but I have more with abilities beyond what a human can do, but I have two boys who are on another level. But I love them all equally because to me they are my children. Issei, and I don't think that he is unprotected with just two pillars. Boss, they are not enough, they are very powerful, more than the older generation. Rias, and when will I be able to see my children? Boss, apparently they are already stabilized. You can go when a member of the Mariposa farm is sent. Issei, we would like to make you a proposal. Would you like to join our alliance? Patron, and what good would it do us to have them as allies if we hadn't needed them for years? Why now? The supernatural beings remained silent. Boss, I knew you wouldn't say anything because you know you're going to give everything you have to convince us, and I know you don't want a conflict. Issei, that's true, but we want to thank you for saving the boys. Boss, you're welcome. Issei, but please keep that in mind. Boss, and why so much interest? Azazel, because your boys are very powerful, and since we learned of your existence we were surprised that there are humans with such power, and I investigated their history and how they defeated the demon Muzan. Not even we could have defeated him, besides that there is already a current resentment towards them, isn't that so? Rias, that bastard hurt my children and I want to kill him. Patron, I see, they know well about us and what we can do, but they are aware that this demon is not one of the strongest and does not even come close to the demonic moons from the Taisho era to the present time. The demons are more powerful, and not to mention their leader who is stronger than Muzan. But they are prepared to face beings that are practically immortal, and also that the difference in power is enormous. Rias, yes, but I also want to thank the boys who saved my children and the others. Patron, good, and you can thank them at the Mariposa farm. They are usually always there because they help the wounded and train. Miguel, and how strong were those boys? Patron, they are pillar apprentices, but their difference is huge with a pillar, and here they are the older brother of one of them, the lightning pillar. Sir Issei, thanks to his brother we would not be mourning a death. Naoko, you're welcome. I'm very proud of my little brother's actions, but he still has a long way to go. He's young and inexperienced, but I see a future. Yasaka, it is true that it moves at lightning speed, we saw it in a video. Naoko, oh, it was on a mission, but it was only one of my postures, the first one. Thor, I would like to face you. Naoko, I don't fight just for the sake of it or to give battle stimulation, I only do it if the situation requires it. Seraphil, I'm sure you are the pillar of ice. Oyuki, yes. Seraphil, I would like to see how you use it. Oyuki, maybe one day. Boss, look, we have never had an alliance with anyone from the supernatural, but I feel that it is not bad because this way we can have more possibilities of finding the upper moons and their boss. So we will count on you, but we will not be autonomous. That is all you agree with. Sir Issei, it's okay, and we are the ones who asked for this alliance. Boss, another thing, the 3 young men who saved your children will go to that school so we can get along with them. We don't have much confidence in you and we will evaluate it. Sir Issei, I'll do the paperwork. Boss, okay, you can go. A Kikuchi will guide you to the Mariposa farm so you can see your children. After that, a Kikuchi guided them to the butterfly farm where all the demon hunters are treated. This is run by the flower pillar who is the director and the main doctor. Not knowing that that woman was the only one who could enter Issei's already broken heart, and the only one who owns his heart. After some time, the supernatural beings arrive at the Mariposa farm, which had a beautiful appearance with very beautiful trees and was very traditional but very advanced in medical matters. Although what stands out of all this is a very beautiful cherry tree that was planted by the first user of the Breath of Flowers, and that is cared for by Saori, the current user of the Breath. These are received by a farm assistant girl who was wearing a small butterfly-shaped hair ornament. Assistant, welcome to the Mariposa farm, a place of rest, medical support and recovery for demon hunters. I will take you to the farm director. They enter and see that the facilities are very clean and have the smell of different types of flowers that make the stay very comforting. Asia, that smells good. Kaneko, yes, it is very quiet and there are butterflies flying all over the place. Sona, what a great place it is an example to follow for our hospital. Seraphil, yes, and also to rest. Thank you for your compliments is a combination of different flowers that are studied to make the body relax through smell, but also stimulating all the senses for visitors as patients. They turn around to see the person who answered them, and it was Saori herself who brought her distinctive butterfly ornaments, but in a light pink color, but they were larger with loose black hair and purple eyes with a very calm look that she wore current demon hunter clothing consisting of a skirt above the knees that reflected her well-stylized legs with white boots and her white shirt that highlighted her bust that despite being closed were noticeable, and her jacket with gloves, but what stood out was her haori that had the pattern of a butterfly. She was a very beautiful woman with a touch of absolute calm. Gabriel, how beautiful, she looks like an angel and she's human. Saori, welcome supernatural beings to the butterfly farm. I am the manager and director of this farm. My name is Saori Pilar de la Flor. Irina, catch the flower that I have. Kuroka, but despite having that calm appearance, he gives off enormous power, but he is very calm with hints of flowery scents. Sir Issei, thank you for welcoming us. We came to see the boys. Rias, how are my children? Saori in her mind, so this is my husband's ex-fiancé, and the one who voted him out like a dirty rag. Saori, they are stable. My sister removed the poison from them, but they need to rest. The dose they received was too strong because their immune system is different from a human's, and this was because they have different DNA combined, and I performed a small surgery on the boy to repair his destroyed organs. Ravel, but we gave him a phoenix tear. Saori, yes, but they didn't cure him completely because the poison wouldn't stop. But well, I was informed by the boss that they will be discharged for a few days and the others only received small rations of poison, but rest is important. You can go see them. And they were taken to a large room where there were several beds and the children were lying down in patient clothes and connected to electrocardiograms to detect their heart rate and IVs. And there were little girls like nurses taking care of them. They all had their little butterfly ornaments. Everyone saw them with joy and each one went with their children. Rias saw her children sleeping but they were bandaged but they were in their natural color. Rias, I'm glad my children are okay. This one took each one's face. Reiser, what a relief, they're fine. Issei, yes, they cured them successfully. These sisters are so well educated and intelligent. Gryphia, I don't know, but they cured them. And we don't have that antidote despite our years of experience. Issei, we need to thank them when they are discharged. Elsewhere there were 2 men with long hair tied in ponytails running at full speed. These are the pillars of the sun and the moon. These were finding the whereabouts of the demons after finding a clue. Yusu, it seems they are moving. Issei, if the bloody battle were to begin, I think we should train the boys because we can handle it. Yasu, yes, despite being the most powerful, we should not confirm ourselves. Issei, you are indeed different from the old lunar breathing user. Yasu, yes, I want to cleanse the acts that were committed using this breath and the lives that were taken. The biggest confrontation will begin. Getting to know the pillars. After a few days the boys began to wake up where they were waiting for the insect catch for their final checkup. Rias, how do you feel, children? Mia, okay mom, just numb in my arm. X, my stomach hurts. Mia, brother, are you okay? Hugging him. X, Mia hurts me. Mia, sorry. Rias, son, I was very worried, I thought you would die. X, what happened? I only remember that I was stabbed in the stomach and I fainted, and where are we? Rias, we cured you with phoenix tears but we couldn't remove that demon's poison and we're in the medical center of those who are facing it. X, who are they? Rias, humans. X, humans and how they can confront them. Rias, it's a long story. Then you hear someone coming in. Katsuki-chan. Sayori-chan are here. Everyone paid attention to each other. Then a woman with pink hair and a haori with hearts and a miniskirt enters, and even young men are left open-mouthed when they see her. Azazel, oh my god, how beautiful. Who are you? Preparing to attack. At that point a little nurse stops her. Girl, Nara-sama, stop please. Nara, who are they? Girl, they didn't warn him. Nara, no, I'm just arriving from a mission. Sorry, Nara always making a scene despite being an adult since we were friends as children. Nara, Saori-chan. Katsuki, now. Nara Katsuki. I'm going to hug them. I miss them a lot and tell me how they are. Saori, okay, Nara. Issei, Saori-san, who is she? Saori, she is a pill of love. Eri, oh, the pillar of love. Mia, she gives off a lot of affection. Saori, well, it's time for a final checkup. She's my sister Katsuki, the insect pill, and she was the one who cured them. Everyone was amazed by her beauty. Azazel, all the pillars are so beautiful. Katsuki, so they finally woke up. I had to make a new formula to counteract the poison, but well, I need to do a checkup to see if there were any side effects. Rias, thank you for caring for my children. Katsuki, you're welcome, the boss ordered me to do it. But anyway, it's time for the checkup. This is how the boys went for their checkup. Yasaka, who would have thought that you, being women, are so strong? Saori, we went through a lot of training to be able to meet expectations. Yasaka, and you 4 are the only women or are there more? Saori, apparently you've already met Oyuki and we're the only ones. Penemu, and how many breaths are there? Saori, let's say there are 16 and each breath has its catch. Gabriel, and what are they? Saori, there are 5 main. Flame. Toilet. Rock. Wind. Lightning. Everyone was listening and paying close attention. They have enormous power because they are the main ones and from there the derivatives exist. Seraphil, as if derived. Saori, yes, less powerful breaths. Among them are mine that derives from water like the snake and ice. Sona, so your breathing is less than the main one. Then the lightning pillar we met is one of the strongest. Nara, you're talking about Naoko. He's the strongest of the 5 because his breathing is the most difficult to learn because he moves at a superhuman speed. Not to mention that his younger brother only masters the first, second, and third of the 6 postures that exist. Vala, so he is the most powerful of the 5, with reason we felt the air begin to vibrate. Saori, that's just his presence. When he displays his power, he releases lightning like an electrical storm. Issei, so he is the pinnacle of hunters. Yasaka, but your breathing is so weak. Saori, let's say not much, but if I face the water pill, he has the upper hand, but we don't face each other, it's extremely forbidden, and we're all friends, others are spouses. Like the lightning pillar with the ice pillar, and there's also my sister with the water pillar, and Nara with the snake pillar. Yasaka, and you Saori-san. Saori, let me finish. Well, I continue my breathing. My sister's breathing also derives from that of an insect. Sona, because he is so weak. Katsuki, I lack the physical strength to decapitate demons, so I make up for it with other activities. Saori, but that doesn't mean my sister is wrong. But I continue. The following derivations are from the wind, which are the fog and the beast, and are very peculiar to learn. Kurenai, the beast type is wearing a boar mask. Nara, it is a characteristic symbol, even it beats me in flexibility. Miguel, it's incredible that a man can beat a woman in flexibility. The next one is that of Nara, which is the love that derives from the flame. Seraphil, it was expected that it is a flame in the heart. Nara, thank you, I am proud to use it and to honor the Creator. Saori, I follow the breathing of the rock, its derivative is sand, it focuses on creating earthquakes, it does not need much pure force than that of the rock, but the users of these 2 have a pure force that surpasses us all. Syrer, so they are the strongest in brute strength. Katsuki, if they have too much strength it's scary. Many men wanted to meet them to test the strength of these guys. Saori, the next and last is the derivation of the sound ray. This breathing focuses on producing the biggest sound. Issei, and I suppose this is just as strong as the lightning bolt, being the derivation of the strongest and most difficult to learn. Saori, yes, it is just as difficult. Katsuki, they need to have a very sharp sense of hearing. But then there's a knock on the door. Katsuki, come in. Then a woman with black hair and green eyes and butterfly green hair ornaments enters. Katsuki, Yumi, how did your medical visit go? Yumi, well, Mrs. Kana is better. Saori, great, next time you give him my regards. Yumi, yes, but who are they? Saori, I'm sorry I didn't tell you everything that happened because you were outside. So I was telling him everything. Yumi, I see, well, let me introduce myself, I'm Yumi, one of the doctors on this farm. Everyone welcomed her. But before continuing with the explanation, 2 more people entered, the ice pillar and the lightning pillar. Nara, guys, what a surprise to have you here. Oyuki, we came to visit them, and also Naoko wanted to come see her brother to check his training. Naoko, hello, how are you girls? Saori, Naoko, your brother is putting a lot of effort into helping us with the hardest tasks. Naoko, I see, I educated him very well, and if not, I will hit him. Katsuki, it's not that bad. Naoko, haha, she's in that teenage stage. But hello supernatural beings. Mr. Naoko, it is true that you are the strongest of the main breaths. Kurenai, yes, I would like you to debut because you handle lightning and also learn from the strongest demon hunter. We saw that our level is very low compared to the demons we face. Naoko, thanks for the compliment, but girls, what did you tell him? Nara, on the 5 main breaths and their derivatives. Saori, I was counting the 16 breaths, but I still hadn't finished. Naoko, it's strange that you didn't start with your current husband and Yumi's. Miguel, what do you mean, husband and wife? Yasaka, Saori-san, you are married. It seemed that you were not. Azazel, it's true, there are still 2 breaths left. Issei Naoko, you are not the strongest. Naoko, in theory from what they told you so far, yes, but there is a small problem. I am not the strongest of the demon hunters. All the supernatural ones. What the hell? Everyone was surprised that Naoko was not the strongest and listened to everything because they knew that lightning was a very powerful element. Not for nothing several gods handled lightning, among them were Zeus and Thor. But what happens is that we still need to know 2 breaths. Solar and lunar respiration. In the farm, several people were heard shouting. What? Katsuki, you can keep quiet, we have a patient rest. Everyone apologized. Azazel, but Naoko, it seems that you are not the strongest in our supernatural world. There are very powerful gods who use lightning, and we all know that lightning is a destructive force, and in what I investigated there are no records of there being anything stronger than lightning. Sayori, you're wrong about that, the records you have are incomplete, but first we have to tell them about what else the demon hunters do since we're on good terms. We have swords with a material that is fused with another to give it its hardness, but what they do is obtain the energy of the sun which allows us to kill demons. But it reaches a point where it turns crimson, and there are only a few of us who can use it for a bit of time. And then there is the brand that enhances all our physical parameters to enormous levels. We can all use that one. And finally there is the last enhancer, which is the transparent world, which is an ability that allows us to see the joints, muscles of the opponent in addition to seeing everything in slow motion. This ability is very complicated and only a few of us can use it for a very short period of time. Vala, who would have thought that humans could do that, but the question is what are the last breaths? Naoko, well, that's what we're telling you all about because the last pillars are in another league compared to all of us. They can maintain all of that and more so, they don't seem human and even less so their breathing, which it is the most complicated and gives the user abilities out of this world. Yasaka, it seems that there are 2 humans who are in another league. Naoko, even I can't keep up with them despite my speed, and it's a miracle that they were born in this era and can handle these breathing styles. This happened in the Sengoku era, but now the demons are in another league compared to the previous ones. Miguel, let's get rid of our doubts, Naoko-san. Naoko, you or I tell them, Saori. Saori, leave it to me. As I told you, there are main breaths, since they are derived from one that is much stronger, it is the perfect fencing, and this has an opposite, although it is a derivation, it was put almost at the same level as the other thanks to its user. And those breaths are the solar and lunar. Everyone was amazed. There are 2 humans with this power and more who handle solar and lunar power. Issei, how powerful are these 2? Naoko, in order to face each other in a hypothetical case, we would need half of the pillars and our enhancers to face the user of the lunar breath. Everyone swallowed, they couldn't believe that someone was so powerful, they wanted to meet him. Naoko, but the last of our companions is beyond, he controls the mother breath, the solar, if it would take everyone to give him battle and fight seriously. Everyone didn't know what to think of this human who is at the pinnacle of hunters. Naoko, he is the strongest of all and the only one who could fight the new demon king. Azazel, a question where they are. Saori, they are on a mission to find the whereabouts of the demons. Penemu, and who is your husband Saori-san? Saori is the user of solar breath. Everyone couldn't believe that she was the wife of what they considered a monster. Yumi, and mine is the mole. They are all in front of the wives of the most powerful hunters. Katsuki, but well, they won't do anything with the alliance. And besides, I've already finished checking on the children, you can go home now. And so everyone left with the doubt of being able to see those 2 pillars which are the most powerful. After some time, the hunter boys stayed in an apartment near the academy for the mission entrusted to them, but they did not go alone but also went with Saori's apprentices, Katsuki and Nara, who were childhood friends after being orphaned and being found by the 3 hunters. Once installed, they prepared to start classes. Kenji, these uniforms are very comfortable. Masaru, yes, and I don't even like wearing shirts. Daiki, yes, now we have to see how things develop more with the supernaturals. Kenji, We have to wait for the girls. Daiki, who would have said they would come? Masaru, you know that they are our girlfriends, and when they found out that we were going to a school run by demons and that there were human girls as well as girls from other races, they begged Miss Saori, Katsuki, and Nara to let them come. Kenji, it's true, but hey, be smart. Both ready. At the butterfly farm, 2 people were arriving. They were the pillars of the sun and the moon. A girl who was cleaning the entrance notified the wives. Plus Miss Saori. She was at her desk eating fruit. Saori, yes, tell me. Plus, Mr. Issei just arrived. Saori, seriously, I'm going there. She was getting ready to welcome her husband. In the living room, Issei was settling into the living room. Issei, that was a long mission, but it's good to be home. He was treated to a special cup of tea to cure his fatigue. Issei, thanks. Saori is coming down. Saori, honey. Issei, hello, Saori is back. They give each other a hug and their respective kiss. Saori, how did it go? Issei, we found some clues that bring us closer, but there are some details that we need to discuss with the boss. But where is Lily? Saori, she went on a mission with her friends, but we have to talk about it, and I have to tell you what happened while you were away. And so I told her everything. Issei, I see, it's been a long time since I talked about them again. Saori, it is true that some were your children. Issei, let's say yes and no. I had them when I was half demon and half dragon, but after they stripped me of all my former powers I became human again, and they don't have any trace of humans. Their other races predominated, so genetically they are not mine. Saori, I see, but you want to go back with them now that we have an alliance. Issei, not living a long life is no longer my purpose, and it would be unfair to you and Lily. As my mother, you are my priority, and more than Lily, despite already being a teenager, loves me like her father, and I am not going to fail her. I already have a stable life, and the one I most long for, having a family, was promised to me by my parents after the incident that made me become a hunter, and I do not intend to disappoint his memory, and that of Tanjiro and Yorichi. Saori, thank you for being with me and Lily. We will always be there for you, especially since you are stronger than Tanjiro and Yorichi were, and I know that there will always be enemies who want to kill you. Issei, thanks. I know that all this is for a reason, and in the end I returned to being human, and who would have thought that I would achieve so much? But well, I know that the alliance sooner or later will make me meet my past again, but I will take it with the necessary calm, and I know that the boss did it for a reason. I will not question his decisions. But well, I'm back now, and the truth is I want to rest and see how my mother is. Saori, I have been studying how to make him walk again, but it won't be possible because his spine at the waist was destroyed. Issei, it's okay, it's a miracle that he's still alive, especially after the strong impact he suffered. Saori, yes, but she is in the garden. Let's go see her. She will be taking care of her, okay? Issei, yes, let's go. And so they left, where her mother was eating a fruit cocktail, but what was evident in her was that she looked very young despite already being quite old. Issei, Mom. Hana, son, you're finally back. Issei, yes, it took me longer than I should, but I'm here now. How are you? Hana, well, he takes good care of me, and I was also eating a fruit cocktail with yogurt and granola. Issei, Ki, thanks. Ki, you're welcome. I really like Mrs. Hana, and it's a pleasure to take care of her. Issei, well, hey Mom, I have to tell you about my past. I think some advice came knocking on my door. Hana, son, you have nothing to worry about. You are already an adult, and your father raised you very well. You will know what to do. Issei, yes, thank you, Mom. Wouldn't you like to go out for a walk with Saori and I? Hana, yes, I would love to, and Lily. Saori, she was sent on a mission to the Qua Academy to see the alliance with the supernaturals. Hana, it will be fine. Saori, don't worry, Mother, I trained her very well. I just didn't teach her the last position of the breath of the flowers. She is too young to use it, she is not trained to harden it, and she would go blind. Well, I didn't even mention it to her. I just told her that there were 6 positions. Hana, that's great. I wouldn't want my granddaughter to go blind at an early age. She still has a lot of things to see. Issei, It was the best decision even though my great-grandmother Kaneo used it for her own reasons. Sorry, yes, I can use it for a very long time, but I don't want the same thing to happen to her. I don't want to lose that light in her eyes because she wants to overexert herself. Issei, well, let's go. Sorry, yes, I'll take care of you, take a break, eat and sleep. Ki, thank you, sorry. Mrs. Hannah, see you later. Hannah, yes, thank you, rest. And so the three of them went on a trip to a town that was near the Mariposa farm. The paths of Issei and the supernatural will meet again. Parents and Children's Day and meeting with the hunters. After a while, the alliance with the supernatural was giving benefits to the hunters because they could find the demons more quickly, since they hid very well in an already very modernized society. Already at the Qua Academy, an event was taking place in which parents would come to see their children. The hunters already got along well with the supernatural boys, only Lily was a little jealous because Mia was hinting at Kenji. But everything else was in order until it was announced that they had a meeting of parents and children. Kenji, I can only call my brother and your Daiki. Daiki, my brother too, and I think he will bring Oyuki-ne-san. Masaru, I only have my master. Lily, how exciting to call my mom and dad. Lana, seriously, it's great that we'll see the sun pillar. I'll call my parents too. Sarah, but sister, don't you know that your father will go to your grandfather's death ceremony today and will stay with your grandmother for about 2 days? Lily, if it's true, I would like to accompany him. Sarah, we know that despite your last name being Kamadu, that tradition is only practiced between Mrs. Hannah and Uncle Issei. Lily, yes, I'll call Mom anyway and you'll call my aunt. Sarah, yes, besides my dad, who I haven't seen for almost a month. And so everyone called their tutors to come to the event where they gave them the yes, and also the first meeting of the supernatural with the hunters took place. The next day there was going to be an event where the young hunters would gather at the entrance where luxury cars would arrive and their parents would get out of them. Lily, Mom, I miss you so much. Sorry, daughter, the days without you are an eternity too, and even more so since we did many things together. Tell me, how are you these days? Lily, okay, Mom and Dad, how are you? Sorry, well, she is on her rest period like every year and more so when it is the date that her father died when they were attacked, and she went with your grandmother to clean his tombstone like those of the Kamadu and also her home that she has just recently rebuilt. Lily, yes, I would like to go, but I know that it is a tradition of his and my grandmother's, and that he was fixing up his house by himself with the money he received from the profits from the bakeries and from his work as to hunter. Sorry, yes, he would fix it himself whenever he could, and it is located on the top of a mountain where it usually snows, and he likes to go on foot as a tradition, but he told me that one day he would take us. Lily, I really would like it, it must be very pretty. Sorry, yes, daughter, your father says that there are many beautiful flowers that you like to decorate the tombstones, he'll Kamadu them. But hey, we have to go in and see how you're doing, my girl. Lily, I won't let you down, Mom. So entering the academy. On a very particular mountain where the Kamadu residence is, Issei and his mother were arriving. Issei, we're here, Mom. Hannah, what memories, it is just as beautiful when your father was alive. Thank you, son, for rebuilding it. Issei, you're welcome, Mom. You know that this house is very important to both of us, and more than that, I didn't want it to go to waste, and when this demon thing is over we will return and I will bring Saori and Lily to live here. Hannah, yes, I would like that day to come. Issei, but come in. Then he opens the door, and his mother sees that it was the same but with more modern things and prettier than it was. And tell me, do you like the interior? I tried to leave it the same, but some things couldn't be replicated, so I put modern things and improved others to live quite comfortably. Hannah, it's perfect. That living room is very pretty and the kitchen is beautiful and has everything so you can make delicious food. Issei, yes, Mom, but well, let us pack our luggage. And after finishing, his mother was cooking to finish. These were eating. Hannah, how peaceful, like the old days. Issei, yes. In that case, Issei stains his hair. Hannah, son, does it bother you that your hair is so long? Would you like me to cut it for you? Issei, since when do you know how to cut, Mom? Hannah, In my free time, which is almost daily and I'm losing the mobility of my legs, I decided to keep my hands busy with various things. Come sit down in a chair, we're going to give your hair a makeover and in the process you can give my daughter-in-law a surprise. Issei, it's okay, I had already gotten used to my long hair. At that his mother took out her scissors and began to cut it. This relaxed Issei, who was falling asleep like a child. At that his mother wakes him up. Hina, son, I'm done, what do you think? His style resembled that of his ancestor Tanjiro, who liked him a lot. Issei, oh what a big change. Hana, I told you before that men look better with short hair nowadays. Issei, and if I had a time that I did not dedicate time to my image, only the necessary care for my missions and training. Hana, I wanted to get rid of that long hair, haha. Issei, but well, get ready for the night, mom, I will do the Kamado family ritual on the graves. Hana, the Hinakami Kagura. Issei, yes, even though we already know that it is the imperfect solar breath, it is a way to honor the sun and all our ancestors. Hana, yes, I'll prepare the suit, son. Issei, I'll take the torches. And so they prepared everything for the night when they lit the torches, but first they said some prayers for all the Kamado and their father. In that Issei passes in the middle with his attitude on and his sword in his hands. Issei, thank you all for protecting us and we will always remember you, and Dad, this is for you. Placing his sword on the ground, which as if by magic lit up in crimson. And Issei began to dance the Hinakami Kagura while his mother watched him attentively. Issei. Having already mastered the solar breath, this was a piece of cake while the snow fell until dawn. While at night at the school a meeting of factions was taking place and the hunters were integrated. Sir Shay, everything is ready. Maid, yes sir, Mao, everything is ready to welcome your guests. And so the guests arrived. Miguel, the hunters have arrived. Azazel, they don't keep you waiting. Then a luxurious limousine arrives, and a maid opens it to let the Oyakata-sama out. Oyakata, so this is it, and where are my children? Maid, the pills yet to come. Steward, welcome, come in, the leaders are waiting for you. Sir Shay, welcome, and your pillars, I would like to meet you all. Oyakata, they are already arriving. So the first ones who came forward began to arrive. The pillar of flower, insect, love, ice, lightning, water, snake, and beast. Everyone in the room was watching them and they felt an enormous power. My, they've arrived. Rias, yes, daughter. My, there will be Lily, Lana, and Sarah. Then she sees them and goes with them. Lana, oh my goodness. Lee, let's go with the others. Sarah, we can, Mom. Katsuki, yes, daughter. In that they were just like the boys. Naoko, we meet again. Azazel, same boy. So they are the pillars. Naoko, yes, they are the water pillar, Yushiro. Miguel, one of the top 5, nice to meet you, they didn't tell you he was powerful. Yushiro, the pleasure is mine and the truth is it's not that bad, I have strong companions. Naoko, is the fold of the Katashi snake. Katashi, because we have to be here. Naoko, forgive him, his tongue is a bit sharp. And finally, pillar of the beast died. Azazel, you can actually see. Mori, yes, I see them and they want to fight. Azazel, no thanks, but I have someone I would like to see on a daily basis. Sir Shay, and its other pillars. Oyakata, it took a while, they were outside. Angel, you see, that human is very beautiful. Demonia, the one with the butterfly earrings, is as good as it gets. Fallen Angel, but not only her, the other 3 and more who have toned bodies for the fight, how strong they are. Odin, who would have said that humans would start to look more beautiful? Demon, those humans are powerful. Angel, say it. At this point, everyone feels an intense heat. That's when the pillar of flame arrives. Hikaru, haha, I beat you, hate. He shouted at the top of his lungs. At that point, they felt a huge blizzard. Hate sure lost again. Hiroki, I told them not to compete. Everyone saw a huge subject was the rock pillar with the wind pillar. Kuda, brother, good to see you. Another big man came and brother said to the other one who was the pillar of the sand. Hiroki, oh Kuta, how are you? Kuta, okay bro. Ken, I'm sleepy. Echo, you're always sleepy, it's nothing extravagant, you need more action. Another two arrived were the pillar of fog and sound. Many saw that stronger humans arrived. Naoko, guys arrived. Hikaru, of course this meeting was important. Yashiro, as noisy as ever. Yasaka, excuse me, that is the pillar of the sun because it gives off heat and strength. Oyakata, whoever Hikaru isn't, he is a pillar of flame but despite that he is very strong. Yasaka, one of the five. Azazel, and his most powerful pillars. Oyakata, unfortunately, the sun pillar is on vacation and has very important things to do. And the moon pillar is not long in arriving. But before they spoke, everyone felt a chill. In that someone arrived in the blink of an eye. It was a man with reddish-black hair wearing a hunter's outfit, but wearing a purple haori. Hate, long time no see, Yusu. Yusu likewise. Everyone was staring at the guy who arrived. Thor, that human is very powerful, don't underestimate him. Susano, that young man gives off a terrifying vibe. Arthur, I've never seen anyone so weak despite knowing where he is. Oyakata, Yasu with you son. Yasu, okay, thanks, Oyakata. Azazel, who is he? Oyakata, the user of moon breath and also a catch. Kenji, look guys, he's the famous moon pillar, not many in the guild see him. Daiki, he feels too powerful. Masaru, I wouldn't even dream of challenging him to a fight. X, it's so powerful. Daiki, if he is, my brother couldn't even handle the 5 pillars. Karina, you didn't hear me, brother. X, I wasn't half unconscious yet. Kenji, he is the second strongest of all. Sir Issei, so you are the second strongest of all. Yasu, let's say yes, but where is it? But he was silent before saying Issei's name. Oyakata, he won't come today, he's on important business. Yasu, I understand. At that all the PLS gathered behind the Oyakata with Yasu being the most advanced because he was the strongest of all and because everyone respected him for his abilities. Oyakata, well, let's get this started. The meeting and attack. In the meeting room they were all with the hunters who commanded respect and more so since almost all were there. This left the supernaturals impressed because they were humans but each one was the elite of the elite in their organization but the one who did not cause respect but fear was Yasu, who saw many and their subconsciouses told them apart from him despite looking calm. Sitches, it is an honor to have you here, your warriors. Pattern, they are not my warriors without my children. I took them in when no one else would lend them a hand and they are here to support me. Sir Issei, I'm very sorry, it's just that all of them put us on alert, especially him. Pointing at Yasu. Azazel, he gives off a very strong aura. Boss, my apologies, he's always on the alert, and he's just keeping an eye on things. Yasu, my boy, would you do me please? Yasu, yeah? Relaxing, making everyone calm down. Valley, like a human, they are powerful. Albion, I don't know, looking at his gaze I don't find any disturbances, what level of training he underwent to avoid having problems and to release that pressure. Valley, yes, it is more lethal than the other pillars, they give off that pressure when they go to fight, but just being static and even though it is the second strongest, I can't imagine how strong the first one is. Miguel, well, we brought him here so he could meet the leaders of the different alliances we have formed over time. Boss, yes, we are aware of everything that is happening both in this country and in the world, but I know that they did not call me to sign a simple paper, but rather they want to know other things. Sir Issei, if we want to know how powerful those demons are that hurt our boys. Patron, well, it's understandable, 2 of them were seriously injured, and that was after only fighting demons that aren't even in the top 10 of the most powerful. Azazel, that's impossible, they are trained from a young age to endure more. Patron, in the past they might have been able to, but now they can't. That demon that attacked them can hold a candle to them. Miguel, explain to us how you did it before. Patron, well, as an organization we have had a recurring fight for more than 1,000 years. At that time, the firstborn demon Muzan Kubutsuji was born. Azazel, in his records he was stronger than our leaders. Patron, and yes, it was a great threat, many generations fought and did not succeed, but one day a man came to the company who changed our way of fighting and gave us the power to win. His name was Yorichi, the first demon hunter to use breathing. He was the first user of the original breath, solar respiration. Yasaka, say Yorichi. Churches, he who is Yasaka. Yasaka, according to the records of the royal family of the yokais, it was written that a human helped the ancient yokai king to save my entire race because a very powerful demon almost exterminated us. Miguel, the first user. Odin, someone with the power of the sun. Patron, I see that he was present and more taking that it was in the Sengoku era, but he was about to exterminate Muzan but he couldn't. He divided himself and escaped, and he died of old age while for years many died trying to kill him but no one could until the Taisho era where a new young man was born. This was Tanjiro Kamado, the second to use solar breathing. Shiva, the second how powerful that breath can be. Pattern, extremely difficult to impossible, only special humans can master it. Amaterasu, I would like to see that breathing. Patron, you must be the goddess of the sun with many gods present. Let's say that breathing with Yorichi came from a gift from the sun itself to help us. But well, Tanjiro's generation and the pillars that were there at that time achieved the feat. After so much time they managed to end that war, and there were years of peace, but what we did not know is that that evil was not going to leave us alone. Miguel, and that's why. Patron, in the shadows a demon was planning and making himself very powerful, even more than Muzan. It is possible that he surpassed everything known at that time, and not to mention his upper and lower moons. These are much stronger than the previous ones. His lower moons are just as strong as what the lower moons of Muzan once were, and the upper ones are beyond. Everyone in the room tensed up until the pillars became serious. Azazel, this is a problem because not only are we facing the Chaos Brigade but those demons are after us according to our reports. Sir Issei, now we know what we are facing. I thank you again for wanting to join our alliance. Boss, we knew this was going to happen, we're just not going to be there for anything. Miguel, my last question is how strong is your current sun pillar? Pattern, it is stronger than its predecessors. Everyone was surprised. And so the meeting ended with the signing of the alliance. Once calmed down, the pillars and the patrol were about to leave until a person stopped them. These were the Gremory and Phoenix families. Boss, yes, tell me. Zudicus, on both sides we are grateful to you for saving my grandchildren. Venelana, thank you. Patatron, you're welcome, that's what the Alinza was for, and what's more, thanks go to my daughter, the insect catcher. Lady Phoenix, Miss, thank you very much. Katsuki, you're welcome, it's my duty as a doctor, especially if the boss gave me the order. Lady Phoenix, guys, thank him properly. Mio and X, thanks. Lord Phoenix, anyone can count on us. Boss, thank you. But in that Yasu had approached the boss. Boss, tell me, Yasu. Yusu, boss, we have company. Sir Issei, what kind of company? Then an explosion made everything rumble. Everyone covered themselves and the dust cleared, seeing Euclid. Euclid, I see you've already stooped so low as to join mere humans. Sir Issei, you damn thing should have been dead. Euclid, let's say my lord had a backup plan, but well, I came to kill them and give a greeting from my lord, and another thing, where is the Securiutin? The entire alliance except the hunters who knew Issei's past as a dragon demon tensed. Euclid, I'm sorry I touched a sensitive nerve, and that's because you abandoned him to his fate. The question is, will he still be alive or dead? Being a weak and hurt human, I think he died, ha ha ha. That's what we all wanted, and my lord more to get rid of that human scum just by deceiving them. They fell flat on their faces, now there are their filthy children. Well, if that's what they are, because the most curious thing is that they are, but he is human, and you are dragons with half of your mothers. You do not have any human shred that connects you both blood-wise and sentimentally with your disgusting Weak and pathetic father, understand that children, you biologically have no father, and we will take care of that, ha ha ha. The young people only looked at the floor with traumatized faces and crying because they recently found out about Issei. Euclid, by now he must be dead and none of you will be able to see his face or know him because he is dead. Drake, X, don't listen to him. You damn. Euclid, but what do we have here? Red Dragon, you are now with that child and Ma who is not even the shadow of what his weak and human father was. X, falling to the floor on his knees because he always had dreams and a feeling that he was not Reiser's son. He always saw a blurry face of his father in his dreams, and in photos they were blurry. He never felt that feeling of father and son with Reiser, unless when they told him the truth and look for his father's story he wanted to meet him, hug him and have him train him, but he is dead. But he found out that he had no relation to him, being half dragon and demon, but Issei was 100% human. Dad? Rias, son, please don't be discouraged. Euclid, how hypocritical of you to laugh. Gremory, if you and everyone pushed him away from them, now they know that you are nothing to him. Reiser, damn you, I'll kill you. I'm not going to leave this like this. Euclid, but look, we have Reiser Phoenix here. Aren't you happy to keep everything from Issei Hayato, his wife and his son? In addition, you already had a daughter with the woman who did not correspond to you, but at the slightest opportunity you slept with her to comfort her. How cute, haha. Mio, Dad, tell me that's not true. Euclid, of course it's true, girl. At first, that man wanted to grape your mother because he had an arranged marriage with her, but Issei broke it up in a clean fight. After seeing how your mother was deceived by our spy, I consoled her. Or am I wrong, Reiser? Mio was crying. Reiser, damn. Euclid, and that happened with each of your children, the same story. Your adoptive fathers married your mothers for money, power and knowledge. They have the women of the Securitan, the pillar of the factions. Reiser lunges at Euclid but is intercepted by a kick that no one saw except the hunters, but sent Reiser to the ground, making a large crater, leaving him more injured. Vala, what happened? Crom, wow, White Dragon, long time no see. Vala, you wretch. But then they felt a terrifying presence falling from the sky to land, and in the dust some red eyes with the lower third Kajis. Pattern, a moon arrived. Yasu, behind my boss. Azazel, this presence is not normal. Third Infer, I see who the hunters are and their leader is a bargain. Euclid, we didn't even have an agreement not to disturb each other's activities. Third Infer, and that was it. I'm not a fool to face those monsters either. Pointing to the pillars. In addition to that, I came to bring help from a canvas-shaped dimension. Several horrifying demons came out. Miguel, we must defend ourselves. Dulio, what are those things? But then they see the leaders of the group retreat. Serche, where are you going? Euclid, my work is done because a cunning warrior does not attack the body but the mind, and that wanted to attack his heart, haha. Third bottom, pillars, my master sends you a message, prepare, haha. They leave. But leaving the demons aside. Yasu, boss orders. Boss, it's time for the boys to go up more, let them fight. The 6 boys get ready. Saori, remember the training, guys. Daughter, you can do it. Lily, yes, Mom. And so after a while where the boys killed the demons, those of the Alliance were impressed. Boss, okay, we're leaving. It's better for you to sort out your problems. Odin, yes. The pillars are gone. Leaving a deathly silence in the area. Lily, Mom, it's true what they said about my dad. Saori, yes, my girl, your father fought with insane beings. Lily, Mio is going to suffer with his brother because his parents despise Dad. Saori, yes, it is better to talk to him. The users of flower breathing were saying it, the most important women after their mothers of Issei. What will happen to the Phoenix Gremory family, and more than Issei will take action? Talking about the past and the Sun Pillar. In the Butterfly Mansion, Issei and his mother are received by the nurses and girls that Saori has welcomed, and more than that, it is Issei's house because he was given the option of having his own house as a pill, but after meeting Saori and marrying her, With his earnings, he increased the capacity of the mansion and members to also take care of his mother at all times, which Saori accepted, and more than that, she is his mother-in-law who loves her like a mother. Nurse: Oh, welcome back, Mr. Issei and Mrs. Hannah. Issei: We're back as is. Nurse: Well, only hunters who have arrived with wounds after fighting demons. Issei: That makes me happy, and where is Saori? Nurse: His wife went to a meeting with the supernatural. Issei: Because nobody told me anything. Nurse: The boss didn't want to interrupt his tradition. Issei: Oh, I see. Well, I'll wait for her and your mom. Hannah: I'm tired, I want to rest for a while. Nurse: Let me take you to your room while we send you a cup of tea, Mr. Issei. Issei: Yes, thank you. And so Issei went to sit on one of the balconies in the garden to watch the landscape while taking care of his sword. Issei: I see that had to happen no matter what, but the best thing is that I no longer feel attachment, or any negative or positive emotion towards them since I began my training to master the solar breath, the transparent world, and the selfless state. I have left those feelings of guilt, anger, and rage. Now I just want to live in peace, but for that I have to end this war that my ancestors achieved. But another more powerful threat emerged. He said this in his mind while drinking his tea, looking at the sky. Then Saori, Lily, Katsuki, and Sarah arrive. Some girls came to welcome them. Girl 1, welcome back. Saori: Thank you, and tell me what happened while we were gone. Girl 2: Nothing new, just hunters with wounds and Miski, like me, are already here. Katsuki: Yeah, fine. Girl 3: Oh, and another thing, Mr. Issei and Mrs. Hannah came back. Saori: My husband arrived where you are. Girl 3: Is on the garden balcony. Lily: Mom, let's go see Dad. Saori: Yes, let's go, daughter. These are going very fast. Katsuki: Oh sister, ever since you and your daughter met Issei, you've been acting very childish. Juju. Sarah: Yes, Mama, Lily loves Uncle Issei very much. In the valley, Issei was very calmly maintaining his katana. But I have heard very fast steps. Issei: Hee, those two are always like that. Saori: Honey, I miss you. Lily: Dad? They rushed to hug him. Issei: Maybe they're going to throw me away. Lily: But Dad, you are very warm. Issei: Yes, I lost. Saori: Honey, you cut your hair. Issei: My mom told me to cut it, I look weird. Saori: You don't look more handsome, and that's even though you already had long hair since I met you and fell in love with you. Lily: Yes, Dad, you look really good, you'll be the envy of my friends, haha. Issei: Thanks, and tell me how it went. Saori: Well, a lot of things happened, like I met all the supernatural beings you knew in the past, and her children already know everything about you. Issei: I knew that was going to happen. Lala: Dad, it's true that they are your children. Issei: Ah yes, daughter, but I will tell you my entire past life. Sit down so you can listen to it, this already concerns you. Lily: I can hold your sword. Issei: Of course. Giving him the sword. That when I touched it I felt something mystical. Lily: I said this is Dad's sword, it's very pretty besides the black color. Issei: I see you like it. Saori: Daughter, that sword has been passed down from generation to generation within your father's family. It was used by his ancestor who defeated Muzan. Lily: Whoa, Mom, could I borrow yours? Saori: Yes, because daughter. Lily: I would like to have the weapons of the most important people in my life who gave me a purpose and gave me all their love. Issei and Saori saw that with great happiness. Lily places the two swords in her lap with her hands above them as a sign of affection and respect. Lily: Now, Dad, tell me about your life. Issei: Well, it all started when I was a teenager in his horny stage. You know all that. He entered a prestigious high school that was only for girls but became mixed, had a normal life with my perversions, and that always led me to be chased by the kendo club with 2 other friends. So the days passed, but my life would take a 360-degree turn when I met A girl named Rias Gremory was from the occult club. That meeting would bring many events, since once returning to the house of the heredero, that was my last name. I am not Kamadu from the beginning, but after meeting your grandparents I changed. But well, we continue. I was intercepted by a black-haired girl. Her name is Rainar, was a fallen angel who intended to be human, and she invited me on a date which I accepted, but without knowing that this date would bring me death. I, lying on the floor, begged to see Rias, and she arrived without knowing that she was a demon and turned me into one, to later tell me that I was reincarnated into one because I had the power of a Longinus, a weapon created by God so that humans could fight the supernatural, and so I trained a lot. And telling her whole story, it should be noted that Lily was very angry at how they treated her father without evidence, separating him from his so-called children. Issei, and that was my story until this very moment. Lily, it's horrible what they did to you, Dad. I won't forgive them. Issei, please daughter, don't do something crazy. Lily, no Dad, but you know the good thing that happened from all that is that you met my grandparents and my mom. Without that we wouldn't be here right now. Sorry, it's true, darling, thank you for being by my side, and Lily, we can't live without you anymore. Issei, thank you both, I love you very much. Lily, and what are you going to do with those kids? Issei, the truth is, nothing is, they are part of my past, and no matter how much they want to be with me, I cannot reciprocate. I do not feel them as my children or anything, they already have a family. I cannot impose anything when I myself do not feel any connection. Sorry. And what will those women do when they find out that you are the pillar of the sun? Issei, nothing, I left my past behind, I just collected the lessons from it and continue improving. Besides, I am a human and the supernaturals are very different things, they live many years. I only want to end my life as a human, that's all I want to live anymore. I have to leave the banner to the next generations. That will be my legacy, and what truly is eternity. So let's continue being together. I will never let them hurt them even a hair, even though they are hunters. Sorry, thank you darling, I love you so much. Lily, me too, Dad. Thus giving each other a hug. That this image is reflected in Issei's sword. But in another more specific place in the underworld, the Gremory house, everyone related to Issei would directly tell the boys about Issei's past. Rias, son, please calm down. Calm down, Mom. You have been lying to me all my life about the existence of a real father, and what he was. Did you know that no matter how much my father raised me, I had many questions and demands in front of me, brothers who also want to know the whole truth about my father Issei Haidu. Every decision and action leads to a consequence, and now the boys demand the whole truth from Issei, now the Sun Pillar. Explanations and the first battle versus Lower Moon. In the Gremory house, all the children of the former pillar of the Issei Haidu factions, now Kamadu pillar of the sun. Then mother, I want an answer, and don't think that I have forgotten you, Drake. You have hidden the truth from me for many years about the existence of my real father, and I want an answer because I don't want you to deceive me. Karina, yes mother, I want an answer now. Rias and the others couldn't talk about Issei without breaking down. Until Azazel spoke. Azazel, I will speak for everyone, so I come prepared by taking out a device that projects a video of where an imposing armor was that was flying, and in that the helmet retracted to see a 17-year-old brown boy with honey-colored eyes and a smile looking at the horizon. This was Issei with his dragon Dabalos after finishing the war. Everyone shed tears when they saw that face full of life, joy, and purity. Azazel, children, this is Issei Haidu, your father. This video is about the war we had and that many know about from the magic schools, but its existence had been omitted because of the mistakes we made by distrusting him. He helped us end the war by being the hero of all factions by helping to lock up the Trixeza. All the boys were watching the video of their father. A tear came out of their eyes and their hearts began to beat fast with emotion. He resembled them in some facial features and without a doubt him. Azazel, now let us tell the story of the human who came to change the supernatural. Shin, Mr. Azazel, how come my father was human? He wasn't a demon. That's my doubt after that guy said that our father is human. Azazel, that's right, Issei is human or was. With a pause for not knowing if he's dead. He was a good boy, a little perverted, haha. Laughing with nostalgia. He entered his mother's school because they were going to enter, and they wanted an experience in a human school before fulfilling their duties, and the first ones who entered were Rias, Akeno and Kaneko. They started everything with Sona and the others, thus telling all the events of Issei since he was reincarnated as a demon, his traumas from Yuma, Rias' commitment, and how he saved them from the hands of Reiser, who former saw his current father badly. And he continued telling all the adventures and charisma. All the adults remembered the moments with Issei, and the children were fascinated. Their father never gave up and surpassed himself, but the fateful day came when everyone criticized Issei as they mistreated him, beat him, tortured him and took everything from him, and then banished him knowing that no one was going to support him. Not even his grandparents sent him to the human world, all damaged with little chance of living and more so that his body became human again. Azazel. This is the sad story, guys. Issei, when he got his mother pregnant, he had a body composed of great red and ophis, but in parts because the structure was still human but having great red flesh, it predominated along with that of the demon, leaving that of the human in a very low percentage non-existent, and he was half dragon and demon, but after stripping him of everything he remained as an ordinary human. You are children of that all-powerful and respected Issei, not of the Issei who the truth is we do not know if he is alive or dead. The weak and nothing human Issei, and that is something to this day I regret, and I think we are paying for this every minute. I can't stop having nightmares considering him as my favorite student. We are very sorry, guys, we didn't want to hurt you, we preferred to keep the secret so that you could live a full life, which is what Issei would have wanted. Kurenai, I considered you an amazing grandfather, but you failed me and your mother disappoints me by letting yourself be carried away by a man when the best man you could have was my father who protected you and helped you become what you are today. Akeno, sorry they are. Kurenai, no forgiveness, mother, you should see the reasons and prove that they were really real, knowing that you were the first to have my father's first child. You should trust him more, and your father is despicable, looking for the wife of a guy who lived fighting, leaving his soul and body to have the benefits of fame without doing anything. Maybe that's why we didn't have a good father-son relationship, and now I know why you are not my father, just an imposter and opportunist. Akeno, don't say that, they are. Kurenai, don't defend him, Mom. The only good thing this man did was make my sister, and I'm not going to let you scold her all the time because I saw how you slapped her, but I held her back and now I have a good reason to keep her away from you. Akeno, like he hit her. Kurenai, yes, but you were so blinded that you didn't realize it. And he took a stand as the eldest son of Issei Hiru. I won't forgive them until I find my father. Azazel, I know that your mother has already given you some glimpses of your father, and I know that we are not in a position to tell you that, but that does not mean that we will stop you from looking for him. And so the children who accompanied their brothers to look for Issei, but what they did not know is that Issei already knew of their existence, and also that he has no feelings for them. Already at the Demon Hunter headquarters a meeting was going to be held, and little by little they were arriving where almost everyone was. Only Saori and Issei were missing as the boss. Hikaru, haha, how have you been, Yashiro? Yashiro, always optimistic as always, nothing out of the ordinary. Hikaru, next time I'll invite you to training. Yashiro, haha, no thanks. Hiroki, it's already late, Issei. Yasu, yes, it is strange. Then Saori and Issei arrive. Saori, sorry for the delay. Nara, it's very rare for them to be late. Saori, we had to do some studies. Katsuki, as far as I know, there's nothing strange about that, sister. Saori, I've been feeling bad these past few months and now I know why. Holding my belly. Nara, congratulations, Saori, is it a boy or a girl? Saori, boy, and it's been 3 months. I didn't feel it because my body is resistant, but he's already grown, hee. Katsuki, I'm so happy, sister, I wish my parents could see. Saori, yes. Oyuki, and how do I take it, Lily? Saori, I was beside myself with happiness. Naoko, I'm so happy for you, Issei. Issei, thanks, the truth is that it took us by surprise. Yasu, but the truth is that it is exciting to have a child. I was also planning to have one. Hiroki, and what will you name it? Issei, I'm thinking about it hee as soon as I found out, and my mind is spinning a lot. At that moment, footsteps are heard and the pillars move. The boss and his wife enter. Patron, welcome children, we will begin the meeting, but first Issei and Saori, congratulations for bringing a new offspring to this beautiful life. A new heir of the solar breath will be born and will continue to endure for eternity. Saori, thank you boss, the truth is I am very happy because I had problems with whether I would have a child and also found out very late due to the health problems that happened to my sister and me. Issei, thank you. Patron, take good care of him, but I called you here to see the latest indecent acts with the inferior and superior moons. We have been attacked by the inferior 6 and 3, and there have been rumors circulating, and from what we have analyzed, we believe it is a superior moon. All the hunters became serious. Hate, so they're finally showing up. Patron, it seems that we need to send hunters for reconnaissance, and if something happens, please the closest one among you go and help. PLS okay. And so they talked about other things besides the fact that the boss's wife was talking to Saori about her pregnancy, and then left. After 2 months everything was normal except that Saori looked more pregnant, and Hannah was excited to see her grandson. In the Butterfly Mansion, Sarah and Lily were preparing for a mission with the others because demons had been sighted in an area. Lily, okay Mom, I'm leaving, but I'll come back to take care of you. Saori, please be very careful, daughter, I don't want anything bad to happen to you. Issei, daughter, if you have any questions, I'll come for you. Lily, yes, Mom and Dad, they also trained me well. Sarah, Mom, I'm leaving. Katsuki, take care daughter, help your cousin. Sarah, yes, Mom and Aunt, take care of yourselves. Saori, thank you. So they set out on their mission where they met up with the others. Saori, I hope nothing happens to him. Issei, we trained her very well, I know she can do very well. Already the day passed. At night the boys were in a town, strange presences were happening, people were disappearing. Daiki, what a beautiful place. Kenji, yes, but we have to wait until everything is over and until dawn. So they passed by, but in the distance someone was watching them. Luna infer 6, so they already send hunters, excellent haha. The first major fight will begin since Muzan was eliminated, and in addition to that a new life is forming in Saori's womb. The next heir to the solar breath, the legitimate son of Issei being human. Hunters vs. Lower Moon 6. Already in the town where the fair was being held, the hunters were walking around the area with no signs of demons, so they waited until dawn to see if a demon would appear. The 6 boys were patrolling the area looking for signs. In addition to enjoying the fair, the boys were eating ramen at a stall. Kenji, oh this ramen is delicious. Daiki, and you can say that again, I've eaten a lot of them in the city of Tokyo, but these ones beat them. Masaru, give me another sir. Mr. Ramen, at your service. Kenji, the good thing is that we receive good pay, otherwise Masaru would have eaten so much that he would have finished all his money. Daiki, hey eat slower, no one is going to take it away from you. Masaru, I don't want this, it's tasty. Mr. Ramen, and tell me what 3 boys alone do. Kenji, we are enjoying ourselves, we just came from Tokyo. Mr. Ramen, oh yeah, but don't leave late. I've heard rumors that a lot of people disappear. Daiki, and that's why. Mr. Ramen, who knows, only that it is said that he is a demon. I thought that they no longer exist these days, but well, it is better to be safe than sorry, and besides, he could be an armed man. So they stayed thinking but decided to continue eating and talking. After a few minutes the girls arrived with them. Lana, guys found something. Kenji, yes, but it would be until nightfall. Lily, why? So telling them. Sarah, I see, well we have to wait. Daiki, they already tied. Sarah, we're now moving on to a dango stand. Lily, yes, they were delicious. And after a talk they were on a bench because the stalls were already closing. Masaru, this is boring, there's nothing. Lana, don't despair, Masa-kun. Sarah, we have to be patient. In that Kenji perceives a demonic smell. Kenji, I can smell a demon. Daiki, let's go. Everyone quickly got up to check and found a demon trying to eat a couple. Man, let her eat me, not her. Yuri, I like to see how weak humans beg for their lives. But a voice is heard. Kenji, water-breathing first posture surface cut. Yuri, you guys again. Lily, they're fine. Man, I do, but my girlfriend doesn't. Sarah, let me take care of it. She did so, taking out a small box containing an injection and antidotes to inject the girl, while the others stood in front with their katanas unsheathed. Note: the wool sword is not like the whip sword that her mother uses because she still needs to master that type of sword, so she cannot use the love breathing at full power like her mother does, but she is not far behind with respect to her friends, sisters, and the boys. Daiki, you bastard, you were the one who made this mess. Yuri, hee, that's right. I need to keep eating humans to have more power, and I decided to kill them to devour them, in addition to how those supernatural kids are. Lily, they are out of danger. Yuri, well, I'll go get them when this is over. But don't think I came alone because I knew the hunters would come. Demons are coming out everywhere. Masaru, there are many. Kenji, damn guys, be ready. They all agreed. Sarah, please get out of here. I will cover you. This is very dangerous. Man, thank you very much. Sarah, you're welcome to go. Thus beginning the fight where the hunters used their stances, and thus killing the demons where it was seen around that there was a great disaster. Many houses were destroyed and people ran away in fear but were protected by the hunters. Masaru, damn demon. Charging at Yuri. Yuri, wretched hunters. Shadow blood technique. Kenji, girls, we'll take care of the shadows. You guys defeat him. Girls, yes. Yuri, I'll eat them. Lana, I don't think so. Breath of love, second position, agonizing love. Cutting off one of his arms. Yuri, damn girl, you'll pay for this. Sarah, insect breathing, bee sting dance, fluttering. She can take all of his attacks. Yuri, stupid girl, you think stabbing me is going to do anything to me. Sarah, that's what you think. The demon was beginning to feel numb in his sleep. Yuri, what did you do to me? Sarah, I created this poison from my mother's teachings to look like a bee now, Lily. Yuri turns his head in despair as he watches one of the girls approach. Yuri, do you think I'll let myself be killed that easily? He throws a blow but Lily dodges it. Lily, flower breath, fourth pose, crimson Hagoromo. Managing to cut off the demon's head. Yuri, it can't be, I couldn't become a lower moon, this can't be happening and I can't be defeated by brats. This one is starting to disintegrate. Lana, well done Lily. Lily, thank you. Sarah, this demon was difficult, and even more so since we didn't take into account the muzzle. Kenji, it's okay girls. Lily, yes, we were able to kill him. Daiki, it was difficult, I ended up tired. Masaru, we are the best haha. Kenji, we just need to look after the civilians, and we won't go until the Kakushi arrive. Lana, this victory deserves a celebration for our efforts. Daiki, yes, we became stronger. Everyone was celebrating, but then a voice was heard and some applause. 6 waning, wow, I congratulate you for your great work. I was fed up with that guy not stopping bothering me, but thanks for killing him. The boys turned around in fear and surprise, a demon in a suit with kanji for the 6th waning moon in their eyes. Daiki, this pressure is the first time I feel these chills and fear. Kenji, guys, we're facing a lower moon. Lily, so these demons have the strength of a superior moon from ancient times. Sarah, this is a level beyond what we have faced. Masaru, I've never faced one. 6 waning, it was time for me to finally fight for many years cultivating my power, and if I kill them I will be able to rise in rank until I face those monsters. Kenji, what monsters are you talking about? 6 waning, because of the superiors of whom my Lord Kin would be more than pleased. In that you see how a ball of blood appears in front of the hunters and begins to shine more and more. Kenji, cover it up. At that point the ball explodes, causing a huge mess several meters away, and the hunters fly away to see that the whole town is on fire. Lana, cough cough, my right arm hurts. She looks up and sees that everything was destroyed to see her companions getting up in their ragged and slightly burned hunter uniforms. They're all okay. Sarah, what was that? Kenji, maybe it was a blood technique. Daiki, what destructive power. Masaru, I've never seen anything like this. Lily, that demon is very strong. 6 Waning, make sure he doesn't kill them with that attack. They are very resistant children. Everyone became alert and quickly stood up in guard poses. 6 Waning, that's it, fight me kids. Explosive spheres blood technique. Daiki, here we come guys. Where everyone moved as best they could to avoid the spheres that exploded. The hunters charged at the demon at the same time. 6 Waning, they believe that I can only defend myself from a distance by hitting everyone with great speed. Shooting away. They struggled to get up and spit out blood. But they had no time to recover because explosive spheres were coming at them. Kenji, water breathing 7th posture concentric wave lunge. Lily, respiration of the flower 2nd posture honorable shadow of the plum. Lana, breath of love 3rd pose adorable kitten rain. Daiki, lightning breath 2nd stance thunderball. Sarah, insect breathing dance of the crested beetle. This posture was created by the insect pillar to defend itself when it saw that the insect's breathing lacked defense, and it consists of taking the sword with both hands and in a static position gathering all the momentum from the base to the arms as the users of this breathing lack physical strength. Masaru, beast breath 5th Fong madness cutting. They all defended themselves with great effort, but the conditions they were in were worse. They had a lot of blood in their mouths, and they were tired. 6 Waning, you are strong children, give me more haha. In another more specific place in the academy, the two groups were gathered until the night to see about the matter of the renegade demons being killed by the demons that the hunters faced. Kurenai, this is bad. The cases of these demons are increasing, and even more so that our attacks do not kill them. It is frustrating. Son of Sona and Saji, well, we'll have to talk to the Kenji boys and the others to help us. But well, I'm leaving, sister, let's go. So leaving. Mio, this is worrying. But in that they are called by Sir Shay. X guy you need. Sir Shay, I want you to go to an area to see what's happening. Demons have been spotted in the area. I'll send you the coordinates so you can teleport. Kurenai, okay guys, get ready. Anna, brother, I'm preparing the comic in case we need our parents. Kurenai, yes please. So everyone teleports with a magic circle, and when they arrive they see a fiery disaster everywhere. Eri, my god, what happened here? But they felt an enormous presence that terrified them, and they saw that a fight was breaking out. It was their hunter friends against a being in a suit. Zen, they are fighting, we must help. Kurenai, let's go. They all went to attack to support their friends. 6 Waning, wow, we have demons and other trashy races here. X, we won't let you hurt them. Kenji, guys, run away, it's very powerful, it's not like the demon you faced. Spitting blood. Kurenai, don't get up anymore, look at yourself. Lily, it is a hunter's duty to eliminate these guys. We will not rest until we see them all dead. Daiki, if that depends on breaking our bones and dying in the attempt. 6 Waning, oh but how touching, but since you are here I will eat you all. X, Drake, how strong is this guy? Drake, he may be as strong as your parents or even stronger, reaching the level of a Mao. X, this is nothing nice. Kurenai, we're going to need all the help we need, we'll hold him off until they arrive. So everyone launched into the attack. But the result was the same, you see many young people lying there, badly injured. 6 Waning, tell me children, did you think you were asking to beat me? You are nothing more than trash, but oh well, you will die here. The hunters are in the way. You again. Sarah, thanks to your help we took a break. Hunters, here we go. Kenji, water-breathing 10th dragon posture of change. Daiki, lightning breath 6th posture electric rain. Masaru, beast breath 10th Fong rotating fangs. Lily, flower breath 6th spinning peach pose. Sarah, insect breathing dance of the 100 feet zigzag of the 100 legs. Lana, breath of love 6th pose, loving breeze of kitten paws. 6 waning, naive. But their strength increased. These children are giving it their all, damn it. Hunters, These destroy their defense. Kenji, yes we can, more strength guys. These reach the neck. The demon activated his blood art, and a huge explosion with shock waves was generated. To then see how the hunters were on the ground bleeding. Daiki, breathing with difficulty. We did it when we cut his throat. Lana, Mom, I could do it. I want to eat something. I can't feel my body anymore. Masaru, we are the best. Lily, Mom, Dad, I could survive. I want to see my little brother be born. But then a figure was in front of Lily, and she looks up to see the demon's eyes and gets scared. Kenji, Lily, Issei. In desperation. Damn, stop. Sarah, sister. 6 waning. They thought they could do it, they were wrong, children, and tell me that little brother when he is born he will be tasty, right? Who is his mother, where is she? Taking her hair. Lily, I will never protect him from you with my life. 6 waning. Nisha girl, don't you see how you are? I'm going to kill you so you don't see it, and I'm going to go for your mother and brother. Lily, she was crying. Mom, Dad, I couldn't be with you. I don't want to die. Please God or Buddha help us. In slow motion you see how the devil was going to kill Lily. Hunters with tears, no Lily. But then a figure was arriving at great speed, taking out his green katana. Times, wind breathing 6 stance black smoke storm. Creating a huge whirlwind clearing everything in its path. The demon came out in pieces but his neck barely survived. After the air clears, you can see a man with a katana that shines green. He is wearing a green haori with white details. A savior, and the first reunion. 6 waning, who the hell was it? But then I noticed a great presence that terrified him. It couldn't be a pillar that deployed the technique, it was none other than the hate wind pillar. Hate, I see that you survived my technique, you disgusting demon, and you hurt these guys, you damn bastard, but the next move will be your extermination. In the distance you can see a huge circle in which the parents of the children were coming out, who were terrified to see them bleeding and seriously injured, but they saw a man, the pillar of the wind. Lily, a pill of joy. Hate, girl, rest, I'll take care of it. I won't let my friend's daughter die. 6 waning, oh, to catch my chance to kill one, this is great, prepare to die. Demonic blood technique, great hell. The atmosphere changed when the pillar was about to perform its technique. Hate, wind breathing 2nd stance purifying wind claws. The claws were huge, applying great pressure directly to the demon. Destroying its technique as if it were nothing. 6 waning, but what the hell, Cutting the demon and killing it, but the claws were so powerful that they split a small mountain into 3 parts. The supernaturals saw this and were surprised. He split a mountain by himself. Azazel, what the hell is that guy? He sent out a wave of 3 winds and split the mountain. On the battlefield was the pillar of wind blowing in a strong way due to the technique performed that showed wind coming out of its mouth at high pressure. Hate, well, it seems that it wasn't that big of a deal. I'll inform the boss about this. Damn, shitty demons. It seems that they're going to start coming out, especially the waning moons. But he feels a great pressure that he later recognized who it was. Apparently he didn't expect it, but I understand. His daughter's life was in danger. The good thing is that I was close to the area, but I'm still surprised that he arrived so quickly from so far away. Looking at the sky. Sir Issei, they felt that right. Vala, someone comes and is too powerful. Albion, Vala, be careful, that guy who comes is in a very high league. That's when the boys wake up after being cured. X, what happened? But they feel a great presence coming towards them. Drake, X, get up, someone is coming and he is very powerful. In that you see a human figure in the sky and then it lands next to the falling wind pillar, and you can see a subject with a characteristic Haori of the Kamadu with crimson-red touches and on his back a demon hunter pillar rank. Hate, I arrived before they were killed, but we need to take them to your wife's farm to take care of them. Issei, thanks for saving them, I heard as much as I could. Hate, no thanks, we are partners and friends. Putting his kata away in his sheath, Issei turned to his daughter. Lily, very weak, opens her eyes and sees a figure that always fills her with joy. He was one of the people she cared about most, her father. She begins to cry. Dad, I couldn't, I'm weak, I'm sorry. Issei crouches down. Don't worry, daughter, the important thing is that you're alive. I don't know what I would do if I lost you and your mother had become very depressed. It's not your fault, you managed to hold on with your friends. It's more than outstanding. Hugging her, she cries more as she feels the warmth of her father, and he also sheds small tears when he sees his daughter alive. Issei's ex-children saw this, and it gave them a punch in the heart. There was the man who gave them life when he was a dragon demon. And the ex-wives, the man who captivated them in their adolescence, but they didn't know, they only felt that hunch. In that, Issei carries his daughter as if she were a baby, still hugging her. Issei, rest, I'll take you home so your mother can heal you. Lily, yes, Dad. And she faints from overexertion. At that moment the Kikushi arrived to carry the children. Issei, take them carefully please. Kikushi, yes sir Issei. What the supernaturals did here and were shocked was hearing those paramedics say the name of the man they had not seen for years. Rias Issei. He turns to them with his characteristic crimson hair, his Hanafuda earrings, and what surprised the supernaturals was that his face had a mark in the shape of a solar flare on the entire left side of his face, and a calm look that was scary. Many could not help crying when they saw that it was him, but what happened to him to change his appearance? They were surprised. Issei, let's go, Hate. With a deep voice due to the adult age he already had. Hate, okay. Just like that, disappearing in a blur of speed, and the Kikushi were no longer there. They disappeared without anyone from the supernatural noticing. Rias, wait, Issei. They were all stunned and fell to their knees crying when they saw him again. That was my father, right? Drake, yes, he was a boy. X started to cry, holding his chest where his heart was. Elsewhere, Hate and Issei are seen with Lily in their arms. Hate, it was good that you let yourself be seen. Issei very calm. Sooner or later it had to happen. I can't control something like that, but well, I'm prepared to face my past. Hate, if you say so, I will support you. Issei, thank you. Thus continuing his journey to the butterfly farm. While at the Mariposa estate, Saori was seen with her bigger belly giving orders to the girls to prepare everything for the arrival of the boys when she was informed by Issei's crow. Saori, please girls, we need to have everything ready, it's an emergency, they are in very serious condition. Katsuki, sister, you need to rest, don't overexert yourself. Saori, I know, but my daughter is hurt. I know I have to take care of my baby, but she is very important in my life. I promised her since I adopted her that I would never abandon her or leave her alone. Katsuki, I know my daughter too, but we must not cause more accidents. Saori, don't worry, I'm strong. Please girls, get everything ready? Girls from the farm, yes, Miss Saori. In that you can hear someone arriving. Katsuki, girls, I need the stretchers ready, let's take them to the emergency room. That's when Issei and the Kikushi enter with the boys. Issei, please carry her carefully, she lost too much blood and has broken bones, and also the other boys, please. Slowly adjusting the girls slowly. Girls of the farm, yes sir Issei. At that moment, Saori arrived where her daughter was and saw that she had many bruises, cuts and blood on her uniform. Saori, my girl. Crying. Thank you my love for saving her. Issei, it wasn't me, Hate was closer than me, he deserves the credit, I was too far away. Saori, I will thank you. Issei, honey, don't push yourself too hard. Saori, don't worry, I'll take care of the boy's operation. My body is very strong and resistant. My pregnancy wouldn't affect me if I were a normal human. Issei, that's right, we are superhumans, haha. Saori, don't worry, when I'm done you can go see her in her bedroom. I've already felt what she needs for her rest. Issei, yes. And so hours passed as the boys underwent surgery to set their bones, close wounds, and give them all the nutrients to repair their blood supply. Already in Lily's room, she was lying in her bedroom connected to an electrocardiogram and IVs for her recovery, as well as bandages all over her body. It's been a week now. She's awake. Lily, where am I? Looking at his room. It's my room, so if it was my dad it wasn't a dream. Then Saori, Issei and his grandmother Hana enter. Sorry my girl, how are you? Lily, Mom, I was so scared, I thought I would never see them again. Crying. Saori, now calm down, you're at home. Issei, we didn't know that a waning moon would appear, it was a lot for you, but you managed to hold on like champions. Lily, Dad, thanks for picking me up. Taking him by the hand. Issei, it wasn't anything, but you should ask the wind pillar for thanks, it saved them. Hana, my granddaughter, how do you feel? Lily, Grandma, everything hurts, I can't feel my body. Saori, it's normal, the anesthesia is wearing off, but don't worry, I've healed all your wounds. Lily, but Mom, your pregnancy. Saori, calm down, my priority was for you to be okay, so don't feel guilty. Here, have some of the applesauce you like so much. Give him a spoonful. Lily, it's very good. Saori, it's from the tree you planted. Hana, you worried us so much, you know I wanted to get up from this chair and go for you. Lily, thanks Grandma, but this is fine, look. She raised her arms a little, but it hurt. Ouch, ouch. Issei, calm down, daughter, you shouldn't make sudden movements, you just broke your rib bones. Saori, after another week I will discharge you so you can begin your rehabilitation with the others. Lily, and how are they? Saori, calm down, everyone came out okay, their bodies held up well. For example, your cousin is also in her room, she must be asleep and the others are in their recovery rooms. Their parents have already come to see them, they were the same as us, hee. Lily, how good, we had never been through that, it was very powerful. Issei, it's normal, daughter, you faced one of the 12 moons, you were not prepared for that. Lily, now I realize that the difference between you and us is very big. Issei, but you shouldn't feel bad, you did an excellent job, I'm proud of you, my little one. Caressing her head. Lily, I was thinking this at that moment, I thought I was going to die and never see them again, I cried a lot. And even more when I remembered them and my little brother who was going to be born also because he is a demon, he heard me and threatened to go after my mother and little brother. Issei, of course, they won't touch me over my dead body, and if I were there, I wouldn't forgive him for what he did to you. But there's one thing I wanted to tell him, and I wanted the whole family to be there. Hana, and that's it, they are. Saori, yes, honey. Issei, it's about meeting them again when I got to where the children were and I didn't think they would be there. There was a Kikuchi who called me by my name, and the truth is I no longer hid it. I knew that it was going to happen. Hana, so finally after a long time your past looked for you. Saori, what are you going to do, honey? Issei, like what I once told you, Saori, I'm going to confront them, and the truth is that I didn't feel anything, just peace. I'm no longer that child who got upset about everything. Lily, and I feel like their children will want to see you because they have told me and my friends that they would look for their real father. Issei, yes, the truth is, but I can't love them. I haven't dealt with them for years, and they are nothing to me. Since I was a dragon demon, my human DNA was overshadowed by them, and they already have parents. My future with them is no longer being together. I already have my family, and we long for that little creature. Looking at Saori's belly. Saori, I will support you in everything, darling, you know that if those women come near you, I won't respond. Issei, haha, yes, I know you. Hana, besides, they already have other children, they shouldn't look for you anymore, especially them. Issei, yes, I will also talk to them, even though at one point they worried about me, they turned their backs on me when I needed them most. Lily, besides if they touch you. Issei, yes, thank you, daughter. It's just that supernaturals have a more open way of their relationships, the more the better. The truth is that when I was a teenager it was glory to me, but not anymore. But whatever has to happen, happens. Well, daughter, we'll let you rest. We want to see you out of that bed. You have to take care of your apple tree, otherwise it will wither. Lily, yes, Dad, I give the best of me. So Issei and Saori give her a kiss on the forehead, and Hannah takes her hand and Lily falls into Morpheus' arms with a big smile. While in the underworld a great meeting was taking place in which they would talk about the subject of the demon that the boys faced and more importantly Issei. There were the leaders of all the allied factions, and they did not come for a demon, but when they were told that Issei appeared they instantly went, many who had remorse for doing that to Issei being respected for his level of power. Churches, well, let's start by calling them with him. Showing an image of a young man in his 30s, he looked like he had crimson hair, Hanafuda earrings and most representatively a serene look and his mark in the form of a crimson flame on his face. Zeus, who is the Sir Shay? Sir Shay, he is Issei. We do not know why his appearance changed and why he has all that on his face, but what we do know is that when we were going to help the boys we found them badly wounded and the young hunters who went to the Qua Academy faced a moaning moon and the pillar of wind that arrived and annihilated it in a single movement that split. A small mountain with this attack, but most importantly a subject with enormous power came that gave off tranquility, and it was Issei which had pill written on his back. Everyone was surprised by what Sir Shay said. Azazel, from what my guess leads me to is that in the meeting with the head of that organization of demon hunters a pillar was missing in their ranks, and that was the most powerful, the pillar of the sun, and from what we saw in Issei and his hair, he must be the most powerful of that organization. The human capable of using the power of the sun on earth. They all put the pieces together, and it was true that he was the missing pillar in that group of monsters despite being human. Rias, so I was in front of Issei's wife, the flower pillar, all this time and she knew everything about us. I don't accept it. Venelana, Rias, calm down please. Rias, but mother, despite all these years, he is alive. I want to see him and talk to him. Venelana, I know, daughter, but we must remain calm. That's where Issei's former parents come in with Griffia. Mickey, my son, do you know where he is? Gora, tell us where it is. Then they see Issei's image. Mickey, that's not my son, he was brown-haired and had honey-colored eyes. Miguel, even if you don't believe it, it's him. Gora, they are that they made you and that mark. What will happen when Issei speaks face to face to all the supernatural beings after knowing who he is and where he is, and more than the demonic forces are coming out into the light of the night, the pillars will enter the scene. Issei looking at the sky. Issei, Father, please guide me and help me stay calm. You know I need some advice from you. I still feel like I have a lot to learn.
Let me know in the comments below if you guys want the next part. Also check out my other video that has been shown and left. Thank you for watching. If you enjoyed this video please like and share this video. And have a fantastic day. Bye.